Hey kids, do you like wrestling? Well, we like wrestling too. We are Shake Them Ropes here on the Voices of Wrestling Podcasting Network. Myself and Chris Novembrino kind of doing a lazy river of wrestling criticism, going through the news and whatever happened in stateside television wrestling. And also, you know what? Sometimes we just like to watch old stuff and talk about that too. Love for you to give us a listen. If you haven't already, we are Shake Them Ropes here on the Voices of Wrestling Podcasting Network.
Hello, do you like New Japan Pro Wrestling? Are you a Shin Nihon freak? If so, check out the Super J-Cast with Joel and Damon on the Voices of Wrestling Podcast Network.
And even if you fucking hate New Japan Pro Wrestling, listen to the Super J-Cast anyway. Not just for our great show reviews, analysis, and pastrami sandwiches, but there's also usually some dick jokes somewhere in the obligatory opening 30 minutes of absolute nonsense we chat about every single week. That's the Super J-Cast for all the best talk about New Japan Pro Wrestling, crisps, and pornography.
Life is a workout, and Smoothie King is here to help you power through. Whether you're crushing morning miles or sprinting through back-to-back meetings, give your body the energy, protein, and power it needs to help you conquer your goals. Only at Smoothie King.
This podcast is a member of the Voices of Wrestling Podcasting Network. Visit voicesofwrestling.com to hear the rest of our great podcasts, as well as show reviews, columns, opinions, and updates across the world of wrestling.
Omakase. It is episode number 257, and this week I'm pleased to be joined by a returning guest. Hello, Devin.
Hey, John. This is my fourth appearance and almost 4 years to the day from my first one.
Wow, that is a long time. But I guess I barely did any episodes in the last few years. So
I was on the last regular one. I was on the 2021 year-end wrap-up.
Ah, yeah. I guess that makes sense. But yeah, it was funny because I felt like it was obvious that the show was kind of regular again, but like Andrew just randomly asked me in the Super J-Cast Discord, he's like, is this just a regular podcast again? And I was like, I guess so. I don't know. Just kind of doing it.
You never announced that you just start doing episodes more regularly.
Yeah. Did I thought I may have said something on one episode. Maybe I just forgot. I don't know.
Or it might have just been passing.
Yeah, I might have just said in passing, like, oh, yeah, we're a podcast again. But I guess just to clarify, in case I didn't really say it, we've been doing episodes every week for most of July. That will continue for the next 2 weeks. Definitely the next 2 weeks. I have 2 more episodes lined up. After that, we are going to take at least 1 week off because I'm going to be at Otakon, and I do not want to try to figure... I can barely figure out how I'm going to watch the shit that I want to watch on my Otakon. I do not need to also figure out how to record a podcast. So definitely 1 week off. So this episode, 2 more episodes, then a week off, and then we'll probably be back the following week. But yeah, I'm not totally committed to definitely doing weekly episodes forever. It's just like, this is a really, really busy time in the Japanese wrestling schedule between the major tournaments and like every promotion. We're in Korakuen this week. It's just, there's a lot to talk about during the month of July. And there's a lot to talk about in the month of August too. It's just, I'm going to 2 conventions in August, so I probably can't commit to weekly episodes. And I also don't want to commit to weekly episodes like, October, November, December, where things do kind of slow down a little bit. So, but I think I'm going to commit to at least bi-weekly. think that's pretty much going to be our schedule. It's going to be bi-weekly or sometimes weekly like we've been lately, as long as there's enough, material to cover. But I'm not going to force episodes or anything. Like, I'm not going to be like, oh, here's a random retro thing just to fill in an episode, because really, it's one thing when I had the Patreon, but it's like just for free episodes, who cares really? So, but yeah, I mean, a lot of people have, there's been a few people who've said they're very happy to have me back as a regular host, which is, incredibly humbling. So I really appreciate everybody who reached out and said that. It's fun to be back, and it's fun to really I'm watching enough wrestling again to like want to do this, is basically all it comes down to. So, because for a while I was not watching that much, especially like during the peak pandemic, years. So I think that goes for a lot of people.
Yeah, I feel like everyone, like when the crowds came back in 2020 for Japan, watched a ton of it for 3 months and stopped.
Yeah. So.
And people stopped going, because you remember, like when the pandemic, when, like they first opened the shows again, everything sold out.
Yeah.
And, like 3 months later, the crowds were in half.
Yeah, it's like it seems like people got out of the habit of going to the shows. Now this year, I feel like you're seeing recovery in a lot of promotions. But at the same time, you see New Japan obviously not doing very well, and All Japan has started to struggle again too, it seems like. But yeah, I mean, Noah has obviously been very hot at the gate in Korakuen Hall. Stardom has been very hot. I don't know about Dragon Gate. I mean, I was a little surprised they didn't do better at Kobe World than they did between the probably having the biggest Dragon Gate main event they could book, plus Tanahashi as a guest star.
What they do,
numbers. I think it was like 45, but it was like virtually the same as they did as they announced last year, when I thought they'd be up. But let me just pull it up because I'm curious, which I know is going to have the typing sound that everybody loves. But, but let me just see if I can find the two numbers. Okay, so yeah, this year was 4890 was their announced number, and again the typical asterisk with Dragon Gate announced numbers. And last year was, what the fuck was it? It was 4795. So yeah, virtually the same, like up a little bit, like 95 fans. But I thought they would be up a little more than that. A lot more than that, maybe. I thought they'd be like in the 5,500 range or something, just between Yamato and Shun feeling like such a big main event, and Tanahashi being on the show, although, Tanahashi's retirement tour is not meaning a whole lot in New Japan right now at the gate, so maybe that's part of it too. But yeah, it is. So they're not really like doing anything that great. What did Sendai Girls announce for their show?
They don't.
Oh, they don't announce. They didn't announce anything. Okay, it looked pretty full on camera though.
It did. I mean, they were using the smaller setup, but it was full.
So that's like what, like probably 1,000 with a sellout.
Yeah, 1,000 of that.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's still pretty good for a show, a non like special Sendai Girls show with a tag title match on top. Yeah, I mean, so I don't know. It feels like a lot of other promotions are doing pretty decent right now, and maybe we'll start to see more of them. DDT too, another one, because they sold out their last Korakuen. Even though they don't announce numbers anymore, that show definitely sold out in advance. So yeah. Obviously you had the two celebrities on it too. But yeah, I mean, it feels like a lot of
young boy band guy. I can't remember his name. He does really well.
Yeah. So, we'll wait and see, I guess, if New Japan can turn their
DDT is also running a weird building for Judgment.
Yeah, they've run it before, haven't they?
No, I don't know if they've run. Yeah, they have run it before, but you remember in 2023 or 2024, the weird New Year's Dash building?
Yeah, because Oda Ward was having renovations, I think.
Yeah. That's the build. That's the main arena that they're running.
Oh, it's the same building. I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, it's the same building. If you Google it, even though it's two completely different names, it's the same building.
There you go. Yeah, it's in like a very central part of the city, at least. Which I remember, which is not a part of the city I'd ever really gone to, but it was not hard to get to. But yeah. I guess we'll see what that. Well, actually, we won't see what that draws because they don't announce attendances. But
you'll see the crowd.
Yeah. So we'll see. Okay, but let's get into the main topics today. I don't really want to waste too much time because we have a shit ton to talk about. So I wanted to start with these 2 Stardom previews, mostly because by the time, depending on how long it takes Rich and Joe to upload this, by the time many people listen to this, the first show will have already happened. So I just wanted to make it a quick little preview for the very first people who listen to it, and or if like people want some background on these matches before they watch the show. But yeah, Monday is a holiday in Japan. For people who are wondering why there's a bunch of big shows on Monday. Monday, July 21st is Marine Day in Japan. So a day where they celebrate the ocean. As the call gives me a look like, what the fuck are these Japanese holidays?
Respect for the age day.
Respect
for your
favorite. Oh, sorry.
So I'm also a big fan of Mountain Day.
Yeah, there's Mountain Day. There's Respect for the AIDS Day. I think there's like a Children's Day.
Well, a lot of countries have Children's Day. Mexico.
Yeah. That's true. There's Sport Day, right?
That's the October one that they do King of Pro Wrestling.
Yeah.
The second Monday.
And there's like a Culture Day, I think, right?
I'll pull it up. Japanese.
Yeah. There's also, I'm trying to think what else there is.
There's National Foundation. There's National Foundation Day. National Foundation Day is February 11th.
Yeah, that's like their Independence Day.
Yeah. Vernal Equinox Day is March 21st. Which is when the New Japan Cup finals are. Greenery Day is May 4th. Mountain Day is August 11th. Respect for the Aged Day is the third Monday of September. Culture Day is November 3rd. Labor Day is November 23rd. They call it Labor Thanksgiving Day. And then, of course, there's like the equinoxes and stuff.
Yeah. Well, what are there's a lot of Golden Week holidays. Like there's like 5 in a row in May.
3, yeah.
3, okay.
Constitution Memorial Day, 3rd. Greenery, 4th. Children's Day, 5. Shower Day is 29th.
And there's whatever the Emperor's birthday too is also a holiday.
February 23rd.
So that one will change every time they get a new emperor, but yeah.
That's like every 15 years, right?
Yeah, well, what's his name lasted a lot longer than that. Meiji or whatever, right? Not Meiji. What the fuck is the one who was emperor during World War II? How can I remember this? Thank you. I was going to say Meiji was not emperor that long, but
no, because he was the
he was the emperor when. Yeah. Well, he was the one who reestablished the empire because took the power back from the shogun. So that was like late 1800s. But yeah, I don't know why my brain went to Meiji. But yeah, Hirohito's the one who was emperor during World War II and like probably should have been removed. But I mean, we were like, we don't want to do that. We'll just blame it all on. We'll blame it all on Togo, not Dick Togo.
I have a lot to blame on Dick Togo. Which I think was a good segue into New Japan.
Yeah, well, we're doing Stardom, buddy.
Oh, fuck me, yes.
It would have been a great segue if we were doing New Japan. But yeah, so Stardom on Monday, July 21st.
Which is headlined by Natsupoi, who can do no wrong.
Exactly. Somebody on Twitter, what was this? I gotta just get the guy's name right because everybody should go watch it. Whirling Andy is his name on Twitter. He posts sometimes this amazing montage of all the bypoys of like the best bypoys, and there's one bypoi where she's like yelling at Tam, I guess before they're gonna have a match against each other, and she's like, "Nakano Tam, Zettai ni counts. Like I'll definitely beat you." And then she's like, "Bye, boy!" Like as angry as possible. It's just so fucking funny how fucking mad she was when she did the bye boy. But yeah, it was not a good Natsupoi impression, obviously. But it was so funny. Her bye boy was so fucking funny. Just like the angry bye boy. There's like another bye boy where she's like, kind of upset or something. That's also kind of funny. And then the
one where she's like half crying.
Yeah, she's like half crying. And then the last bypoi she gives where she pisses off Tam, and Tam is just like, "Bye point to Nani," and she's like, "What is this bye point?" And I was like, because I think she had like just challenged Sayori for the Wonder title, maybe, and because wasn't like Tam way more upset about that than Sayori was, which I thought was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could have that wrong, but I think that's where that's from. So
Well,
she
I
had
think
like
it's
just
because it's like
yeah,
because that cut in line in Cosmic Angels.
Yeah, and she like challenged Sayori for the white belt, and Tam was like mad about it. But yeah, it was a very because Sayori definitely has the white belt there. I mean, you can see it on her shoulder. So, but yeah, it was that's just really 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 funny. So, definitely love that. Love that Natsupoi. Love the bye point montage. But yeah, she's challenging Saya. I don't give her a great shot of winning here. I would love it. I'd be so incredibly pleased. I mean, it would be like a great moment for me as a fan. I just do not see it happening. I don't know. It just feels way too. It feels way too soon to take the belt off of Saya. I don't know.
I agree. It also feels way too sudden because Natsupoi is not really a good synthesis.
Yeah, they haven't really built her up to red. I mean, they've done a decent job building her up for this title match, and she got the shoe pro cover and everything, but she doesn't quite feel like she's peaking hot. She's like peaking as a character or anything to be red belt champion right now. But again, I'd love to be wrong. I'd love to see her win. Maybe this will be very funny if people are listening to it. After she's already become the red belt champion. But yeah. But so that's the World of Stardom title match or main event. I'm definitely looking forward to the match, though. I mean, I think they'll have an outstanding match probably. Your semi-main is Starlight Kid defending the white belt against Sayori Ano. This one I could see Sayori winning. I mean, I don't think they're both going to lose. That just feels like too big of a kick in the dick to the Kozen fans, especially after they already just lost the Gods of Stardom title match. I mean, maybe they both lose and they build up to winning the tag league and winning the tag titles in the year. But I think Sayori's going to win here, even if it's like a short reign.
You mean Sayori Ano?
Yeah.
I think you said Sayori.
I'm sorry, Sayori Ano. Yeah.
No, I could see her winning. She's had it before. She's at that level. As much as I've liked Flight Belt Starlight Kid, she's had it a while.
But yeah, Sayori challenging for the title here. I really, really would like to see her win as well. So, I mean, really, to me, she almost feels. I don't know if it's like this is like a headcanon thing for me, but I thought she was going to be the one to go to the red belt level, and obviously they have her challenging here for the white belt. So I don't know if that's like a long-term thing that maybe they'll get her there eventually, or if it's just like I see her at a higher level than the company does. But I was a little bit surprised that it was Poi challenging for the red and Sayori challenging for the white again. But
yeah,
I don't know. But yeah, I do think she'll win though, so we'll see. There's a couple undercard tags. There's an 8-person tag match to build to the Korakuen tag title match that we're going to talk about. There's a 4-way tag match. The 4-way tag is kind of interesting. It's Fukuoka Double Crazy, Bread or Rice. Yeah. Or is it Rice or Bread? I think it's Rice or Bread, which is Hanako and Waka Tsukiyama, the current New Blood Tag Champions. Aya Sakura and Yuna Mizumori, and Amy Sorhai and Lady C. They're sort of starting to push Lady C and Amy as like the new Reiwa Twin Towers or something, I think is what they're saying, which makes sense because they are both very, very large wrestlers on this roster. So I wonder if they're going to position them for a tag title shot and maybe have them win this. But I guess
Amy's not that tall. She's like 5'6".
No, she's 5'7", which is pretty tall in Joshi terms.
I guess.
Yeah.
Lady C is 5'10", 5'11".
Well, no, Lady C is billed at 5'9", and I think is actually 5'8". Because people always say that Hanako is billed at 5'10", actually 5'9", because because she's clearly taller than Lady C, but they lied about Lady C's height, so now they had to keep it going to stick with the lie. But I don't know. When you see Lady C and Amy next to each other, Lady C does not look 2 inches taller to me. Then she looks like 1 inch taller. Yeah. So I think Lady C is actually 5'8", and Amy's actually 5'7". And Amy is 5'7". That's what they bill her as. But yeah.
Did you ever hear the Ring of Honor story where Bryan Danielson stopped exaggerating his height and everyone got mad at him?
No, I don't think I heard that one actually. Because what's his real height?
It's like 5'8", so he started going by 5'8", and like Austin Aries and everyone were billing themselves at like 5'9", 5'10", 5'11", and they were all shorter. Danielson's height was shorter, and they got pissed off at him.
That is kind of great. Yeah, because Austin. Well, the funniest one ever is like Adam Cole listing himself at 6 feet because it's like, yeah, sure, buddy. Because I've stood next to that person, Adam Cole, and I'm like 6'1.5", and there is no way Adam Cole was an inch and a half shorter than me. So
I'm 5'8.5", and I'm taller than Adam Cole.
Yeah, I mean, I believe it because I think he's probably like 5'7" in real life. So
yeah,
but he is like the biggest over exaggerator, I think. There's also a 6-woman tag match to build to the Korakuen title match, which we'll get to in a second. The strong title match. The other two big singles matches on the show, we have the 5-star Grand Prix final participant match, where it's Yuria Hime against Akira Kuragane. I really have no read on who's winning this match, and it's kind of hard. Sorry,
I'll just go with Akira Kagami.
I really like them both too, which is the part where it's really hard for me. Like, I think Yuri is like one of the most improved wrestlers of the year from like what she was when she started. Like, she was like fine, and now she's like actually good. So I think she's made such huge steps. But Akira was great from the moment she started. So I don't know. It's a really tough call. I really like to see both of them in, honestly. Like, can we take out Nescutora and just put them both in?
Who is it? I mean, I don't know the whole list of who's in off the top of my head. They're also both kind of old for Stardom rookies.
Yeah, they are a little, right? Because Yuri is... How old is Yuri? I don't remember.
Yuri is 26, and Akira's 25.
Okay. Well, they're still younger than Aya.
Same, but I'm saying usually like when they're rookies, they're like 14.
Yeah, I mean, they really haven't been doing that many 14-year-old rookies since they sold the company to Bushiroad, I don't think.
Yeah, no, that's Rossi's job now.
Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to remember who was the youngest rookie to debut under Bushiroad. Because they were like 20, weren't they?
Yeah, like 19, 20.
Yeah, so I feel like they've moved away from that, but the future of Stardom title match, we have Hina against Sayaka Kura. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Rina is the youngest. She was 19 when she debuted.
Rian was 19, yeah. I thought it was like 1920. Yeah, I thought it was like 1920, so that makes sense.
I was just on her profile page.
That's right, because she turned 20 and celebrated by drinking that beer in front of Rina at the Cinderella press conference, which is so funny. That was such a great moment. So yeah, I should have remembered that one. But that makes sense. It's the youngest rookie to debut under Bushiroad. The future of Stardom title match, Hina versus Sayaka Kura. This one, this is like one of these matches where it really feels like it could go either way to me. Like, it feels a little early to take the belt off Hina to me. I mean, she's been such a good, like roadblock champion for these young wrestlers. On the other hand, like, Sayaka feels like she could use the win, especially after what just happened to her in Sendai Girls that we'll get to. So I don't know. I mean, this one really feels like it could go either way. I lean Hina a teensy bit, but it really wouldn't surprise me to see Sayaka win this.
I lean Saya just because Hina's already been here 7 years. I feel like they might want to move her up. So, like, if they want to do a goddesses or artists, well, maybe an artist team out of God's Eye. Because they have the goddess team with Amy Sorai and Lady C.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, they could move her up. That's true. But yeah, I feel like it's a toss up though. Like, neither result would surprise me. And the only other match on the show is Rian, who we just mentioned before, against Emma, and I think that's actually no, it doesn't say dark match. I guess it's just kicking off the main show. Yeah, but sure. There you go. So yeah, cool looking card. It's not like a enormous card or anything because they did split up some of the title matches to the Korakuen. But
It's very top heavy.
Yeah, the top two is really, really good. So, I mean, those are two matches that, like, both could steal the show. I mean, Starlight Kid and Sayori they won, or Sayori, they won the best match of the 5-star last year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, obviously that could definitely produce something really great again.
It's also only a 1,400 seat venue.
Yeah, which they were. It was looking pretty good last time I checked the tickets. So
yeah, it's a cool looking venue. All Japan runs all the
time. But... Yeah. But that's that show. Later in the week on the 24th, so that is on Thursday, they have another Korakuen show. We have a few. We already have actually a bunch of matches announced for that. So only 4 matches. Yeah, you're right.
They only do 6 or 7 at a Korakuen.
Yeah, so we have the majority. The Gods of Stardom title match. We have Wingori, Hanan, and Sayaida against Natsuko Tora and Uraka.
Team 200 kilograms. I mean, no, sorry, BMI 2000.
Yeah, BMI 2000. Team 200 kilograms is the Sendai Girls one.
Yes.
So,
apologize.
It's okay. They're easy to mix up. But yeah, this is I really hope they don't lose the titles here to those two.
To anyone else.
Yeah, please. Like let the Reiwa Twin Towers, who Devin insulted their tallness before, let them actually win, please. Instead of these two.
I didn't insult it, I doubted it.
Well, for 2 Japanese women, 5'7" and 5'8" is pretty tall. Come on.
Yeah, to be fair, I live in China, where Asian women are like 5 feet tall on average.
Yeah, I think the average Japanese female height is 5'2", I think. Could be 5'3", I don't know. Remember I looked it up and it was shorter than like the average
5'2" and 5'2" inches.
Yeah. So they're well above average. And especially Joshi, which seemingly has a million wrestlers at like 5 foot or even shorter running around. Like
Sayaida's 4'11".
Yeah. Well, Sayaida's air quotes 4'11", because doesn't she look shorter than Natsupoi?
She's also wider, so it's hard to tell.
She's wide. She is wider. Yeah. Like I feel like Sayaida's like 4'9" or something, but they don't want to list her that short. But I don't know. But the one I always want to get is I want to get the back-to-back height comparison of Natsupoi and Rita from Dragon Gate, because I'm convinced I believe Natsupoi that she's 4'11". I don't really believe Rita that he's 5'1".
Oh no, she's 4'9". I just checked her profile. She's 4'9".
Sayaida?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I thought she was shorter than Natsupoi. But yeah, Rita I don't really believe is 5'1". So I want to put him back-to-back with Natsupoi and see who actually is taller.
So if it was in Mexico, he'd be right on the border between being a micro and a mini.
Yeah. The strong women's title match, Azumi against Bozilla. People are reacting in shock that they're defending this title in Stardom now. Or again, I guess, after Tanahashi said they weren't going to defend the strong belts in Japan anymore last year. But, like, if they don't defend them in Japan, they're not getting defended anywhere, people. Because there's no more strong shows, at least for the rest of this year. Honestly,
Meltzer sort of hinted it's done.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'd sort of be surprised at this point if it came back ever. So,
I think New Japan will do a couple of big shows a year in America.
Yeah, they're just going to run them as, like, maybe like one show a year or something. Maybe 2.
I could see them doing San Jose because that sells out every year and they probably make money off it. Chicago. Maybe a third. This would be fine. That's actually ideal, right? Get one the West Coast, one the Center, one the East.
But I mean, there's no point in having the strong. There's not going to be a strong brand anymore. Like, that's for sure. So, but yeah, so Azumi defends the strong women's title against Bozilla. I assume Bozilla wins this just to put her over heading into the 5-star and like give her the belt to carry around. I mean, I'm sad as an Azumi fan to see her lose this belt so fast, but I don't really think it makes any sense for her to win this.
Daughter, Wolf Herman.
Yeah. So the high speed title, May Sierra defends against. God, what is her name again? I know it's not what we have translated here. So.
Oh, I can never remember it. It's Hold on, I'll translate. I'll just do Google Translate because it gives you the phonetic.
Yeah, I should know this. Oh, Honoka.
Oh,
There we go.
Honoka.
Honoka. Yeah. I know it was not what was coming up with auto translate.
Enka.
But yeah, Honoka is from Wave, for people who don't know. So that if you're not familiar with her, but yeah, she was the one who challenged Saya Kamatani for the to get the Wave title back, and at the show I went to back in April at Shinjuku Face, which she was not successful, obviously, because Saya Kamatani still has that Wave belt. It's funny, like half the time she comes out with both titles, the red belt and the Wave belt, and then half the time she only comes out with the World Stardom title. So I don't know why they randomly just sometimes they do it and sometimes they don't. It's very weird. But and then the other match announced so far, we have Saya Kamatani, Momo Watanabe, and Konami taking on Sari. Wow, that's a very, very loud car over there. So yeah, it's okay. Taking on Sari, Chi-Chi, and Miku Kanoe. Kind of a continuation of Saya and Sari's confrontation from the latest Sariism show, which I still haven't watched. I got to get around to that.
It was the weakest one.
It got totally lost in the shuffle for me. So
it was the weakest one. If you just watch it.
I did see the clip of Chi-Chi like basically calling Saya a fake heel. That was pretty funny. Like Chi-Chi has this great like very like matter of fact delivery in Japanese where she's just like, "You're kind of a fake, aren't you?" Like basically is like the tone. So I very much enjoy it. But yeah, so those are that core. Even what we have announced, besides like the tag title match is kind of whatever, but the other three matches look kind of cool. So have to see what else they add coming off of Sapporo, probably just undercard tags. But
and we're not going to talk about the 5-star starts next Sunday.
Yeah, we'll talk that 5-star will be previewing on the next episode. So tune in for that. All right, so heading over from Stardom to New Japan. So the G1 Climax kicked off this past weekend with 2 nights, July 19th and July 20th. They were back in the Hokkaido Prefectural Sports Center. Last year, they had run the first 2 nights in Osaka instead, but that was when the Hokkaido show or the Hokkaido Arena was under renovations. Now, of course, Ideon in Osaka, where it was held last year, is the one under renovations, which really sucks for New Japan because they drew a much better crowd for the opening 2 nights in Osaka last year, and I don't think it's just on like the company. Like they just it's much easier to get to from pretty much all over Japan.
I mean, what's it called? In 2023, they drew better opening weekend.
They did draw better, but 2024 had one of the nights was way better. So the Osaka 2 nights last year, 2024, was 41.77 and 25.45. So really big difference, but the 41.77 was higher than they did for any of these shows. 2 years ago, the Sapporo 2 nights were 31.45 and 28.88.
31.45 was headlined by Sonata against Hikuleo.
Yes, so they got to get Hikuleo back. That's, I guess, they're missing Tala Tonga.
Well, like Nakamura said, every inch of height on a wrestler is about worth $250,000.
But yeah, so these 2 shows did 25.79 and 25.20. So almost virtually the same for the 2 nights, and both down from even the 2 years ago in Sapporo. So yeah, I mean, look, I said it before the G1 during the G1 preview that I think some of these attendances are going to be pretty rough. They just let their biggest draw walk. I mean, whether people like it or not, Tetsuya Naito was still their biggest draw. They've obviously lost tons of other talent in the past few years, and none of these.
Ospreay, who was a big draw. I'm surprised he was. He was a decent draw.
Sometimes the shows would not do that great, depending on the show.
And of course, Okada,
obviously. But yeah, Naito, I mean, it was holding up decently when Naito was there, and it feels like we're in like the post Naito drop now. So like this is where they're going to see some big drops, I think, throughout this tour. And the Tanahashi Goodbye Tour like I've been saying, has not been drawing. So I don't know if he's just kind of overexposed at this point. Fans are just kind of like, well, we'll see him. We've seen him already this year. We'll see him at Wrestle Kingdom to see him off, but I don't know. It's not like a must-see. It's not drawing it as a G1 thing so far. Because I remember looking at which is always good to check on the ticket sales, actually. When I was looking at like the loss in ticket sales a couple, I think either a week or two ago, I did say the Sapporo shows are looking very soft. And I think one of the Old Awards was looking pretty soft, and the other one was looking okay.
Well, one's on a weekend, Yoda.
Well, they're both. One's Friday, one's Saturday. Yeah. Let's just look at the upcoming shows. I'm just curious.
I'm curious if Gunma does well, because that's his hometown.
Okay, Sendai is looking pretty decent, I think.
It's like 3,000 seat building.
Yeah. So Royal Seat is sold out. Royal Seat second row onwards is a few remaining. First floor reserved is few remaining. Second floor reserved is few remaining. Third floor is like now on sale. So they should be.
The third floor is the smallest section. It's only like 400. I looked at it.
Yeah.
So
if anyone didn't hear him over the cop car, it was the third floor is the smallest section. Yeah. But yeah, so Sendai is looking pretty decent. I don't know if it'll be a sellout, but it should be, somewhere in like the 2K 2,500 range. Niigata's not looking that good.
I think might get on the walk up. They have them.
Yeah, front row is sold out. Rows 2 through 6 is not even on few remaining. First floor A is not even on few remaining. The only ones few remaining are first floor B and third floor reserved.
I don't know.
For the 2 Old Award shows, yeah, they're both okay. It's again, these expensive tickets are not selling out. The Royal Seats, rows 2 through 6, are on.
Well, of course, the most expensive seats sell out because they're for the hardcores. It's not that many.
Yeah, the front row sold out, but the rows 2 through 6 are on normal availability for night 1, few remaining on night 2. Arena seats are on few remaining for night 1, which should be the biggest. That's the floor seats, besides the first few rows. There are few remaining for night 1, but normal availability for night 2.
Actually, night 1's doing better. It's on a weekend.
Night one's doing
Stands
better.
are selling out.
Yeah, second floor stand C and second floor stand D are sold out, whereas there are few remaining in night 2, and D is sold out for night 2. Okay. Yeah, so night 1's doing a little better than night 2.
Yeah, but you figure they'd usually do better in the weekend or weekday.
Yeah, I mean Friday night is pretty.
Friday, but that is actually Tanahashi's day against David Finlay. So
yeah, I mean Friday and Saturday shouldn't be that different. So Sunday in Nagoya, everything. Yeah, everything's available. So all 4 sections are full availability. Yeah, Port Messe. That's like one of those convention center type buildings, I believe.
Yeah. It is. I've looked at it. It looks like the Chiba building they run.
So yeah, I mean, not great. Basically, like Old Award looks okay. Sendai looks like it's going to do fine.
Yokohama's doing really well.
Yokohama's doing really well. Okay. But yeah, just look ahead the next week. I think there's going to be a couple more rough attendances there at least.
The 13,000 seat tickets are one's the Circle, like plenty available. One is sold out. The 11,000 seat tickets are a few remaining, and the 8,500 tickets sold out. 6,500 are
remaining. But yeah, let's get into the actual shows here. It started out on the night 1 on Saturday, July 19th. The opening match was Yoshihashi defeating Shingo Takagi in 4:45 with a crucifix bomb. Very quick match. I went, gentleman's 3 on it. Nothing wrong with it at all, but over in less than 5 minutes, so not a ton to say about it, really.
I couldn't say anything about it. I kind of wish this got the 10 minutes of the Evil match got.
That what got?
Because the next match is the Evil match. It's about 10 minutes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I got. So the next match 2, Evil beat Callum Newman in 9:02 with the Darkness Scorpion. So we got the return of Don Fale for Evil's entrance. He is the backup for Evil, which Evil had been teasing a new weapon leading into the tournament. He kind of said backstage afterwards that Don Fale was the new weapon, but then he debuted another new weapon on night 2, which we'll get to. I didn't think this was like horrible or anything. I know the people who hate Evil were yelling and screaming about it. I mean, I enjoyed Callum's little fiery comeback where he hit like consecutive dives on Fale, Togo, and Evil. The cars by you were so loud.
I know. I is there a button I can mute myself when you're talking?
Yeah, there is a button you can mute yourself. So if you hit, there's a little. Yeah, you just
I'm
did.
gonna
So you get okay. Yeah, sorry everybody about Devin's background noises. The cars are very, very loud back there. But yeah, so Callum, like I said, good fiery comeback, hitting consecutive dives on Fale, Togo, and Evil, all at ringside. The ref got bumped, of course, and Fale came in. He hit the grenade on Callum, and Evil put him in the Darkness Scorpion for the kind of routine at that point submission, which also let him save his new finisher for the following night. I thought it was all right. I mean, pretty high energy occasionally. Again, if you're the type that just can't stand Evil matches, I'm sure you hated it, but I thought this was totally fine. 2 3/4, just all right kind of match. Not anything I hated or anything. What did you think?
I went 2 1/4, and my notes read, "Fuck Don Fale and his fat fucking ass."
Okay, when he went around ringside and said he's only here for the food, that was funny.
That was kind of fun.
That was fun. Like, that was actually pretty. That made me laugh. So
was that the it's the Suji match. We can talk about it.
Yeah, we'll get to that's on night 2. Then we had Drilla Maloney defeating Great Okan and 908 with the Drilla Killer. I thought this was pretty boring, and I also thought the crowd was noticeably less into it than they were into the first 2 matches. The last couple matches did finally get interesting. The crowd did pop big for the Drilla Killer, but it couldn't really make up for how boring the match was overall. So this was like a 2.5 average match to me. Great Okan, obviously everybody has noticed the pattern where he tries much harder when he's going to win a match than when he loses, and it is funny that very much played out on the 2 nights of the G1 so far, because where he lost here, he didn't seem to give a shit, and we'll get to his match on night 2, which was a million times better. What do you think, Devin? You're still muted.
I just don't think the crowd gives a shit about Drilla Maloney. I like him. I feel bad.
They do the barking. Osaka likes him, I feel like. Osaka likes the War Dogs in general, I think. But yeah, I mean, like, Saburo sure didn't give a shit, that is for sure.
And of course, Okan is very much like the... do you remember Tom Zank from WCW? The bodybuilder guy?
Uh-huh.
When he wasn't getting puss, he would just get fat. That's just like... I feel like that's Okan's little effort. Like, his thing was, I'm not fucking dieting for pussy, and I feel like Okan's not going to work.
Yeah, Okan only tries when he's going to win. That is for sure.
I guess that's like the amateur wrestler background. Like, some of them hate losing.
Yeah, no, that is a good point. Match number 4. Yuya Uemura defeats Bolton Oleg in 11:03 with the Kanuki suplex hold. This was that's what he's calling the deadbolt now, Kanuki. I didn't even know that. But yeah, they did some really good back and forth grappling in this match. Had a very hot closing stretch, and Yuya kind of countered Bolton right into the deadbolt suplex for the pin. Very cool finish. I saw some people even higher on this than I was. I mean, I still liked it. I went 3.5, but it seems like some people really love this one, and I get it because they're both good, really good wrestlers, and it is very different stuff from a lot of what else is going on in New Japan these days. So,
I went 4. I just liked all the suplexing. I think Bolton is really... I mean, he's only been around 2.5 years.
Something like that, yeah.
It's insane how fucking good he is for 2.5 for someone who didn't even know what pro wrestling was when they were recruiting him.
Yeah, I mean, he is a very good wrestler, that's for sure. I mean, he's so different too from what everybody else is doing, so that always helps him stand out. I mean, I saw some people on the VOW Discord before talking about how he needs more personality. I'm just like, he's gonna stand out for what he is. He don't need to give him some wacky gimmick. But
his gimmick is that large Eastern European man who kills people.
Yeah, I don't know why he doesn't need to get rebranded or anything. The next match, Shota Umino defeats El Phantasmo in 11:29 with the second chapter.
You skipped the
I'm
match.
not. No, I didn't. It was Yuya Bolton and then Shota ELP.
Oh yeah, no, never mind. I had my notes in the wrong order.
Yeah. So yeah, Shota ELP. I don't want to sit here and like respond to Joe Lanza's audio the whole time, but because I listened to his night one G1 audio, but like this was the match where he recapped it where I was most flabbergasted because like I thought this was so fucking boring. Like I don't know, like the ELP thing. Like other people say he might be the guy in all of Japanese wrestling that I understand why people like the least at this point, because it's like I don't have this like grudge against the man. I have nothing against him as a person. In fact, I felt very sympathetic for him when he came back from cancer, and
Riley
I liked him. Sorry,
Riley Viger seems like a very nice person.
Yeah, I mean he seems like a nice guy. And I like I've liked him in the past. I mean, I liked the Master Takashita from last year's G1 that most everybody else liked. I liked some of his junior heavyweight stuff when he was a junior heavyweight heel. But like I don't like he's been so bad this year, and I feel like he's been the worst because he kind of alternates between very low effort and like the worst type of no selling where like he's not just no selling to fire up, which is what everybody, people who don't like Japanese wrestling complain about that type of no selling. And obviously most people who like Japanese wrestling will tell you, well, yes, they no sell a move, they pop up, but then they sell afterward, generally after the adrenaline wears off is the idea. Where he does like the bad type of no selling where he will take a bunch of moves, pop up, and do like 7 straight moves completely fine. I'm like, well, that doesn't make any fucking sense because how did you not just take, how are you not selling from the fucking moves you just got hit with? So he does that all the fucking time, more egregiously in the match on night 2 that we're going to get to. But so he kind of like, goes back and forth between being either incredibly low effort, like I thought he was here, or, incredibly like annoying where he's like doing these no sells that make no fucking sense. So I don't know. This was so boring. The crowd was so dead fucking silent for so much of it. I think his transitions look really awkward sometimes too. Like there was this very awkward transition into the CR2 at one point in this match that Umino ended up kicking out of, and thankfully it wasn't the finish because then I might have gotten even lower. And then Umino eventually hit a lariat and the second chapter for the pin. I mean, I went like 2 1/4. I don't know. Again, there's nothing that was like brutally bad about it, but it was so boring and so uninteresting, and it just wasn't a good match. It wasn't even an average match.
I went 2.5 just because I like Umino's effort in it, but yeah, it was just like ELP's a really shitty babyface.
Yeah, he's really not good at it. He's really not good at being a babyface. So I don't know. It's like he's become the new poster
Tamatanga.
The new Tamatanga is one thing, but I was gonna say he's a new poster boy for people who think like hardcore Puro fans are like racist against white people, which is like I saw people bring that up in the VOW Discord before, and it's just like I don't know, because I feel like the exact opposite happens with some people, where it feels like they're way nicer to the white people's matches than than matches with just Japanese people in it. So I guess it all depends on your perspective. But no, to publicly deny these allegations, I am not racist against white people. I do not.
I'm only racist. I'm only racist against Americans, and ELP's Canadian. So
yeah, there you go. I do hate America. That's true. But again, he's Canadian, so it doesn't matter. The next match, Ryohei Oiwa defeats...
I also moved through a recording, so be quieter.
Okay, I appreciate that. Ryohei Oiwa defeats David Finlay in 13-10 with the grip. This was... I saw, again, this is another match I saw a lot of people higher on than me, which is maybe where I didn't love this night as much as some other people did. I just thought the undercard wasn't that exciting. But yeah, this never grabbed me. I thought it was like a fine little match, a good counter sequence at the end before Oiwa hit the grip, but it just wasn't that interesting to me, which is, I like Finley a lot, and Oiwa, is a guy I want to like a lot, especially, especially like based on his Noah stuff more than his New Japan stuff since he got back. But yeah, they both look better on night 2, I will say. They both have better matches on night 2. But yeah, here I just didn't love it. It was Gentleman's 3 stuff to me, just like a 3-star match.
I wouldn't lie, I went 3.5.
Mm.
I like the selling, I like the way it was come back. But I do agree, he has sort of missed something since he got officially promoted.
But yeah, the next match was Konosuke Takeshita defeating Gabe Kidd in 13-15 with a rear naked choke. So I wrote my notes, and this has ended up being a pretty good observation, past John. Quote, Takeshita landed on Gabe's knee pretty early, and he seems to have tweaked it or something as he keeps flexing it throughout, and not in a wrestling selling way. That's called foreshadowing, everybody. So he did indeed tweak his knee during this match. I saw there were a few Japanese fans I follow on Twitter who were like fucking furious at Takeshita for this. Like there was this one woman who I thought was like gonna like, it was like felt like she was like a minute away from like threatening to kill him. But yeah, she was like really angry about it. She was like, Takeshita. I'm trying to like think of the word she used. She was basically just like, I'll never forgive Takeshita for injuring Gabe Kidd like this, and he's such an unsafe worker. And I'm trying to think what else she said. She was like,
some of the poo Joshi are like fucking terrifying.
Yeah, they were really. It's true. And then night 2, I think night 2 when he came out, she was like, try not to injure anybody this time. Takeshita, and yeah, they were really mad at him. So I guess being the outsider, does not help him in this case.
And Gabe is actually loved. The Tanahashi match was weird dynamics. I think he's still really well liked.
But yeah, after that though, they were able to like suplex each other over the top to the outside, and they both land on their feet, which is even more incredible now that we know that Gabe's knee was definitely fucked up. There was a very strong count-out tease. I actually thought that could be the finish for a second before Gabe got back into the last possible moment. And then the crowd really got into this with a very loud Gabe chant after Takeshita kicked out the pile driver. But the finish was Takeshita. He kind of like, he did like this neck snap and put him in a choke, and the ref immediately stopped it. I don't know. I kind of thought that was a lame finish the way it came off. It just didn't really work for me. Like the neck snap did not look super impressive. It just kind of like, okay, he snapped his neck, whatever. And the ref stopped it so quickly, and Gabe especially got back up so quickly that I thought it looked kind of stupid. Because Gabe gets like right back up, gets right back in his face, and they keep brawling after. So I'm like, how the fuck were you passed out for like half a second? It was very weird.
I mean, it's not like the Ishii pass out cell. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where he kicks
Yeah.
Also, has Takeshita ever choked anyone out?
Not to my knowledge.
I mean, I've seen him in DDT, I've seen him in AEW, I've seen him in New Japan, I've never seen him in Sleep World.
Yeah, it was a rear naked choke, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I mean, the finish was all right. It just didn't really work for me. I went 4 flat. I still really liked it. I mean, they did enough good stuff. Yeah, but it was maybe a tad disappointing for these two. But they did only get 13 minutes, so it felt like
I don't like these 10-match tournament shows.
Yeah, everything is a little rushed, but I don't know.
I feel like that hurt Best of the Super Juniors a lot too.
Yeah. But I mean, it did feel like they were just leaving stuff on the table for a future show, probably. So, match number 8, Yota Tsuji defeats Sonata in 5-11 with the Gene Blaster. Sonata finally, everything with Sonata makes no sense because he comes out here, after all this time, the man first turned heel in fucking November. Because he turned heel when he joined the fucking War Dogs. They were still solidly heel at that point. And then he just went even more heel when he joined House of Torture. So he's been a heel for like fucking 8 months at this point. They finally give him a new theme song because he's just been coming out to like the War Dogs theme or the House theme all this time. They finally give him a new theme song, and it's a fucking babyface theme song. What the fuck? And it's like people were like, it's because Sonata sees himself as a hero still or something. I don't know, but I think it's just because Sonata likes trolling us and likes doing like the weirdest shit of all time. And he continued. What?
His shoulder pads.
He like continued to troll us by suddenly putting an effort in this tournament. I mean, that's like because he's been the fucking worst wrestler in New Japan all year long. He's been doing absolutely nothing, and all of a sudden now the G1 starts, it's like, oh yeah, I'm going to try again. It's just so bizarre. I mean, this match was really nothing because it's like, you know, it kind of started with like the usual crowd brawling, and Sonata grabbed a fan's water bottle and hit Tsuji with it. But then Sonata goes up and does a fucking moonsault, which I can't remember the last time he did that. And Tsuji rolled out of the way and hit the spear and pinned him in the 5 minutes. So, you know, this was a nothing match. Sonata would show how much he's going to try on night 2 again. But yeah, night 1, 2 1/4, just kind of a nothing match. But yeah, just interesting stuff from Sonata as always. Whether the attire or the theme song or, you know, actually trying. Just very strange.
The 2 1/4. I went 2 1/4 exactly too. Charlton brought up in commentary when he lasted the moonsault.
With what?
He lasted the moonsault according to Chris Charlton. World Tag League Finals. That's why they lost.
Yeah, that's right. So there you go. Ren Narita defeated Zack Sabre Jr. in 16-14 with the Hell's Guillotine. Look, I am not here for the people who are not willing to give Ren Narita his flowers, okay? It's not just that he is like, oh, you know, people want to be nice to Narita when he actually puts a teeny bit of effort in. Narita just looked good here. Like, if you can't get past your weird Narita/house hate boner to like a heel doing good technical wrestling between the cheating, I don't know what to tell you, buddy. Like, maybe you're getting worked. Isn't that what people always say when fans dislike the fucking Death Riders and shit? Maybe you're getting worked, buddy. It's like, maybe that's you getting worked now by the house. I don't know what to tell you. They didn't even do any interference. They didn't even do any. Yeah, this match was really good. You know, Zack and Narita had great chemistry. They did great mat work together. You know, so obviously Narita's still going to cheat, but there was no interference at all, just like there wasn't in Sonata's match. The only house person doing interference this year seems to be Evil. But yeah, Narita, you know, he used the board. I think he tried a low blow at one point and Zack blocked it. I can't remember if he actually did get a low blow later. But yeah, he did. Okay. And then he hit him with the soul. What is it? What the hell is he called? The double cross. Yeah, the X Factor. And then finally hit.
That's the sold out.
Oh, I thought it was the double cross. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Then he hit him with the Hell's Guillotine off the top, the knee to the head from the top rope, and that got the pin. So I guess, yeah, I think we're getting a Narita title challenge. I don't know why else we'd have him beat Zack. I mean, that could be a perfectly fine Destruction in Kobe main event, I guess. But yeah, I mean, they had good chemistry here. This was like 3 3/4. This was a very good match, and the haters have to get over themselves. I don't know.
No, it was 3 3/4 match. I think Narita got like super fucked when he came back from Excursion. He's like the son of Strong Style, and like he's not Shibata. He doesn't wrestle like Shibata.
He's not good at that. He's not good at that stuff. He's good at technical wrestling. I mean, which you showed in this match.
Yeah, so he just... Yeah, he got the shittiest fucking gimmick possible.
Yeah. I mean, look, it took him a while to get comfortable with the house stuff, but I think he's been good. He's been, like, secretly good for a little while now. It's just that he really hasn't had that many opportunities this year. Like, he's really just been in, like, never 6-man title hell for most of the year. The only 2 big opportunities he got before the start of the G1 were the New Japan Cup first round match against Gabe Kidd at Korakuen, which fucking owned. That match was awesome.
That was great.
And the War Dogs the cage match War Dogs against the House, where he basically carried that match for the House. I mean, he was like the guy who did the most work for the House by far. So he was great. He thought he was great in that match. So, I mean, I think he's just like quietly been good for a little while now. And now we're just going to start seeing it in the G1 probably. So, this was his first big spot and he delivered. The main event, Hiroshi Tanahashi defeats Taichi in 2021 with the high fly flow. The crowd was noticeably way more into this match than anything else on the show, where that was also a big difference between night 1 night 2, where the crowd was way more into the undercard than night 2. Night 1, they were like very off and on, very hot and cold. And the main event, they were into like from the moment it started. I mean, Taichi had his supporters, Tanahashi had his supporters. I mean, it was very, very, very hot crowd. So Tana worked over Taichi's leg. And Taichi's doing this great job selling his left leg. He's like hobbling around, but still getting his moves off. He's not just randomly forgetting about it. Like he's really hobbling on it. Tana keeps getting the cloverleaf, but Taichi makes the ropes twice in a row. And then the leg is so fucked at the end that he just can't quite stand back up. And it gives Tanahashi enough time to finally get the high fly flow. The last one with Taichi in a seated position. And that gets the pin. So yeah, I mean, I thought Taichi's selling was incredible here. I mean, that really carried the match. I mean, his selling was incredible on both nights, and he had an amazing 2 nights in Sapporo. But I thought this was, Tanahashi obviously still had a lot of trouble moving around at times. And, I thought this was about as good of a match as you could get out of his current state. So I went 4 1/4. I thought this was awesome. And just huge props to Taichi here, carrying just an amazing match in the Sapporo main.
I went 4 1/4. I thought it's the most mobile Tanahashi's been for God knows how long.
So,
and he actually moved. I think people care when they're in the building, but they don't want to pay to see it. Tanahashi,
yeah,
farewell tour.
Yeah, I mean the people who were there obviously did care, but like you're saying, it's been a tough draw. But yeah, so that was G1 night 1. I wouldn't call that a great night or anything. I'd be like, it's like a 6 out of 10 kind of night for me. Like it was pretty good.
Yes.
It was carried by like 2 matches for me basically, or 3 matches, I guess. So those are like there were 3 must-see matches to me, which were Zack, Narita, Gabe and Takeshita, and Taichi and Tanahashi, and then like Oiwa and or not Oiwa, Bolton and Yuya, which was good. Also, but like a lot of very skippable stuff. I thought so.
Yeah, I liked it a little more muted. I agree. It's like the stuff I didn't like, I really got bored by.
Night 2, which I thought was a much better night overall, and it's interesting. The crowd size was almost exactly the same, actually slightly lower than night 1, 25-20. Yeah, by 59 people. But this crowd was so much louder, I thought, throughout the entire show, which was very interesting. It started out with Callum Newman defeating Hiroshi Tanahashi in 7:32 with the Prince's Curse. Pretty short, just kind of there. Honestly, I was kind of distracted by the bombshell Gabe Kidd news at the start, which I guess I should have said first, where Gabe Kidd walks out in the crutches at the start of the show with his clearly can't really move his right leg, and announces he's out of at least the main event tonight. So the planned main event against him and Zack Sabre Jr. is off, and it doesn't look good for him, wrestling in a lot of the G1. I mean, ELP just had the same injury, and it kept him out about 2 weeks, I think, and that would obviously take up a huge chunk of the tournament if it, even if that took out Gabe for the same amount of time. So we'll see. He didn't pull out anything else yet, but it doesn't look good.
I think even if he only can wrestle like the last 3 matches, but he comes back, they'll just give him such an ovation for power to throw it there and make him a much bigger babyface. Moreover,
yeah. So maybe he'll come back for the very end. I guess we'll see.
I feel like just a big comeback and struggling. It's going to help him more in the Japanese fans' eyes because they like that.
Yeah,
I think they like that more than winning sometimes.
I totally get what you mean. But yeah, the actual opener, I went like 2 3/4, but again, I might have like be shortchanging it because I was really distracted by the Gabe news, honestly, and like people's reactions. So
I went 3, but I watched it today. I like just turned after the game thing. I sort of like walked my dog or something. I guess walk my dog.
Match number 2, Drilla Maloney defeating Shota Umino in 12:30 with the Drilla Killer. This was a super divisive match. I saw people who loved this match. I saw people who were saying it was a worst match of the year candidate.
Did you see the cage match?
What was the cage match?
I'm going to pull it up now, but the first 4 were 3.0, 3.0, 0.0, and 0.0.
Wow.
Now it's a 4.31.
I mean, I did not think it was anywhere near that bad. I actually kind of liked it.
It was pretty good.
Yeah, I liked it. It was a pretty stupid match. That's the first thing I will say. Like the early part of it, I was watching this live, and I was kind of burying Shota in the Super J-Cast Discord chat, basically saying like, what is this guy doing? Like, why is he even there? He was like getting beaten up in the corner, and his idea of selling seemed to be like looking mildly constipated or something. Like, it was really bad. But he then tried to go into like murder Shota mode, like the way he like emulates Kota Ibushi sometimes, which always just looked really funny to me, because it's like, buddy, you can't go into like Terminator mode when you already look emotionless like most of the time. Like, it doesn't really work. It's very, very weird contrast.
Well, it's not even that he looks emotional. It looks like he doesn't give a shit. Like,
yeah,
Cody even has a baby face. He has sort of a blank look. It's like almost like an innocent blank look.
Yeah,
When he gets angry, it's like, oh my god, I didn't know you could do that.
But like Shota, after that though, so he like pops up screaming at one point, and that's like the most fire he's shown in like 6 months probably. And from that point, even though it was still a little corny, but I thought it did work. Like, at least he did something. Okay, after been screaming about the guy needing to show fire, he tried. I thought it improved quite a bit at that point, and Shota again actually was showing fire. But then there was like this really weird like botched counter exchange that ended with this pile driver from Drilla that resulted in Shota like popping up screaming again, and it was like really fucking funny. But yeah, they kind of kept going from there, and it was, I don't know, like it alternated between being like, this is sick and this is hilarious, like over and over again to me. Drilla then fucking murdered him with the Drilla Killer, to the point where I thought, like, if Shota comes out in a fucking neck brace on night 3 and announces he also has to pull out the tournament, it wouldn't surprise me. Like, that's how bad that landing looked on that Drilla Killer. But yeah, I kind of just said, like, I was like, okay, I hated it until I loved it, until I thought it was corny, and then it ended with like the coolest finish ever. I just kind of threw up my hands and said 3.5 stars. I don't know. Good match.
I went 3.5. Look, I popped and I was bored.
It was not boring. It definitely was not boring. That is for sure. It was one of the funniest matches of the year for sure. So I don't know. I can't hate a match that stupid in a funny way.
And they really tried to kill each other, and I appreciate that.
Yeah. I mean, they went out there and like really beat the shit out of each other on top of everything else. So, I mean, look, I questioned Shota's effort a lot. You couldn't question his effort there. He actually did give a shit about this match. So, match number 3, Bolton Oleg defeated Ryohei Oiwa in 9-10 with the Kamikaze. Just a really good back and forth action match. They just did lots of, they hit each other. They did lots of cool moves. I mean, not really a ton to say, except it's a 9-minute match that was, all action. So, 3.5 star match. Good match here. Oiwa once again lost to a never champion, which I thought was funny. The 3rd never champion he's lost to. So he lost his challenges to Shingo and Takeshita. So he just the never belt was his kryptonite, I guess.
Yeah, I went 4. We're gonna have the
rating soon. You liked it even more than I did. Wow.
Yeah, and I also appreciated that he did the gorilla press into the Kamikaze. Like, he lifted to a 40-pound man over his head, no effort.
Yeah, Oiwa was down a small dude.
Oiwa was pretty fucking big.
Yeah, that was a really cool looking spot. Match number 4, Yoshihashi defeats Ren Narita in 126 with a roll up. So the whole match is Narita attacked him on the outside, threw him back in. Ref almost got bumped. Ren tried a low blow. Yoshihashi blocked it. And I guess, he hit his own low blow, right?
Yeah, I think.
And then rolled him up for the pin. So, look, it's one of these matches that's very silly to give a rating. But since I have these averages, I have to give it a rating. So I'm going to say it was 3 stars. It was totally fine, and it did exactly what it was trying to do. I don't know what else I can say about it, really. But Red Narita was like, I gave you 1 match, and that's all you're getting, Saburo. It's 1 match out of me. So, not 2.
I went 3 because if this thing went like 8 minutes, I would have hated it. So just ending it quick. Like, I don't mind random shit matches, but you have to keep it short.
Yeah. David Finlay defeated Sonata in 10:21 with the overkill. Sonata had the shiny Sonata jumpsuit, which I marked out for. But yeah, this fucking ruled. This was great. Like, these
it was.
Sonata, like, they have such weirdly great chemistry, Sonata and Finlay, because they had that awesome match for the global title last year, like at the New Japan Soul Tour. So yeah, and that was when Sonata was like not doing anything with anybody else after the injury that he was the bicep injury, and they still had a great match anyway. But yeah, I mean, like, Finlay was like taking these fucking sick bumps. Like, at one point he came charging into Sonata on the outside, and Sonata moved out of the way, and Finlay crashed into the railing so hard I thought he fucking killed himself. Sonata also, he grabbed Gato by the beard outside and like threw him in the ring and put him in the Paradise Lock, which I always mark out for Gato violence.
I like that Finlay saving Gato was just kicking him in the ass as hard as
That was great too. Like I said, mark for Gato violence, so that was great. But yeah, that was to distract the dumbass referee, who was like so busy trying to unhook Gato, he didn't see Sonata grab the guitar. But yeah, Finlay ducked it and speared him, which looked really, really, really good spear. And then he did the kick to Gato's ass to get him out of the Paradise Lock. And they had a really great reversal sequence, and it ended with Finlay hitting the overkill for the pin. 3 3/4. This was fucking great, and I enjoyed pretty much every second of it. Just wish they'd gotten more than 10 minutes, if anything.
3 3/4. Again, Sonata fucked up the moonsault.
That's true too. Yeah.
And he kicked, yeah.
Sonata trying harder after joining the house is like the funniest bit of his yet. It's so fucking funny.
It's like, he needs to bring back, as long as he's rotating in old weird costumes, the Dominion Giant Gonzalez look. I need that.
That's gonna happen. I think we're gonna get it. But yeah, just like look, this guy's on a different level right now between the costumes, the actually trying to wrestle again when he's supposed to be a House of Torture member. Like, no one can understand what's going on in this man's brain. We can only watch and enjoy.
I don't think anything's going on in his brain.
Something is going on up there, man. You have to come. How else can you come up with Giant Gonzalez bodysuit and trying to wrestle after joining the house? Like, I don't know. He's operating on a different level or something. Great Okan defeated Shingo Takagi in match 6 in 12-12 at the Eliminator. Yeah, this was awesome. And again, Great Okan. Okay, this was like their 5th match together. It's never been that great of a pairing. But guess what? Great Okan was 0-4, baby. So the one that he wins, that's the one he fucking tried in. And yeah, this match was awesome. They just fucking cooked it. They had this total bomb-throwing match. They did these the Okan punches that he does sometimes look particularly awesome, and Shingo was punching him back, and yeah, I just 4 stars. Like, this was an awesome match.
I liked it a lot. I went 3.5, but yeah, no, it is like, I can't remember except for the Moxley match. I can't remember a match that Okan lost and he really gave a shit about.
He is the ultimate, like, only tries when he's winning. So if you're watching a good Okan match, especially a great Okan match like this one was, you know that he's going to win. Because, yeah, I mean, that's just how it is. Match number 7, Evil defeated Yota Tsuji in 11:01 with the Reverse Evil. That is the official name, according to the New Japan.
Isn't that just the good?
That's what I was thinking, too. Like, it should just be the good. So, okay. Evil shoves Suji into the ref immediately. And then he and Fale double team Suji. I mean, like right away. The bell rang practically, and they're already at the ref bump. Suji fought them both off on his own. Dick Togo got involved, and Daiki Inaba, who's wearing that unaffiliated shirt on the outside, tripped up Dick Togo from the floor to give him a little bit of assistance. Then Fale ended up back on the floor. Suji tried to do a tope, and the idea was Fale was going to catch him, but he like stumbled backwards to the railing so hard I thought he was going to fall like on his ass. That was just kind of funny, but he did stay up, so good job by the Don there. And then he like sent him into the ring post, and that put Evil back in control. Then we had like the greatest count out spot of all time. So Suji was trying to get back in the ring, and Don Fale just fucking stands there like a big giant fat wall, and Suji goes bouncing off of him and fucking falls back on the ramp. I was fucking cackling. I was, how can people not like this match? Like, this is so fucking funny.
Well, you see Fale's, the next step is why Fale failed, because his legs were wide open.
Yes, his legs are wide open, and then Suji just crawls through his legs. He ducks under Dick Togo, and he gets back in the ring right before the count 20. I'm like, this is fucking great, okay? If you're going to do a human cartoon, do a human cartoon. And that's what they were doing here. But yeah, later on, Suji drops Togo off of the apron into Fale's arms.
Like immediately after.
Yeah, immediately after. And did a tope on both of them. But then Evil tosses Daiki Inaba into a spear on Suji. That was so fucking funny too. I was like, that's where I was like dying. Then Evil throws Suji into the exposed turnbuckle to avoid the spear. Hits one of those great Evil lariats that he busts out from time to time. And then Darkness falls for a 2 count. But Suji ends up coming back with the short range Gene Blast. But when he goes to the longer range one, Evil just counters it into the new in reverse Evil. Just like an inverted version of the STO. This neck breaker thing, and that gets the pin. It's one of those shockingly clean Evil finishes, even though he obviously cheated outrageously throughout.
It's what Daichi Nagai.
Oh, Daichi Nagai, thank you. Why did I say Daichi Inaba? Why did I say Inaba? I don't know why I said that.
Because we watched the Noah show.
That's true. I guess that's where I said that. Yes, Daichi Nagai, thank you. I even wrote down Daichi Inaba, though, on my notes, I think. So.
Oh, I had Nagai, and I was like questioning myself.
No, you're right. I'm sorry. I apologize to the prick face man, but yeah,
what you call him?
This was I think that's what isn't that what I think maybe that's Joe Lanza's nickname for him, prick face. I think
it works.
He does have a very very heelish face, but yeah, this was one of those actually good Evil matches. It was a human cartoon. It was 3.5 stars. Do not at me. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200.
It was 3.5 stars. It was a fun match. It was like, oh yeah. God, you must this cage match rating 3.63.
Look, I'm glad that I was born with taste, and I'm glad that I was born able to enjoy these matches for what they are, because this was really fun.
Hold on. I really like the German.
And look, and if I was an AEW fan, I guess I would call this 5 stars, because I'd be saying it was the match of the year because I had interference in it. So.
Oh, I really like the Hangman Moxley match.
Well, what would you give it?
What, the Hangman Moxley?
Yeah.
I went 5. I thought it was fantastic. I thought it was.
But
only because like it built up. It's fine. Oh God, I'm reading. Have you ever read the you don't read German. If you read the German cage match comments, they're even funnier because German's written in the passive voice. So it's like, what can man say? It was inoffensive. It was inoffensive, and it was dramatic, but it's funny. I like reading the German comments.
I mean, inoffensive and dramatic is a good way to describe that match.
Yeah. Then they only gave it a 3.
So he says, so inoffensive and dramatic is 1.5 stars. Okay.
But it was not good.
Okay. People are very weird. Especially the inmates, that is for sure. But yes, I'm sorry I made fun of you too, apparently, but I just don't get thinking that was match of the year. But.
You like Dragon Gate, and I make fun of Dragon Gate all the time.
I like Dragon Gate, yeah, a little bit, I guess. I really like Kobe World, that's for sure. Match number 8, El Phantasmo defeated Konosuke Takeshita in 15:02 at the CR3.
We are on an island with this match.
Yeah, did you really like it too?
No, I didn't.
Oh,
I feel like everyone else did.
The entire Super J-Cast Discord hated it. A lot of them even a lot more than we did. But yeah, I mean, look, it had one really, really cool spot where Takeshita fucking murdered ELP with an elbow to the face as he was leaping over the barricade. That looked really cool. I mean, that's honestly most of the star rating I ended up giving it was for that spot. The crowd was not into it at all. For a match that wasn't that long, it also had a long stretch that...
It was the second long stretch of the show.
Well, I'm saying, for a match that wasn't that long overall, 15 minutes is still not that long. Yeah,
I thought it was 20-something when I was watching.
Yeah. So, for a match that wasn't that long overall, it still had a really long stretch that was very boring, in my opinion. And the crowd did not give a fuck for a long time. The very end, they started doing the indie sequence where they were just hitting every move in existence and no selling all of them. And yes, the crowd got into it then when they started doing 500 moves. Of course. I mean, of course they did. But again, this was the bad kind of no selling where ELP is popping up after the moves, but not selling them afterwards either, like you would normally see, in a no sell sequence. He's just continuing on. The moves didn't hurt. So I don't know, just really did not do anything for me. The coolest part was probably the closing sequence was probably when he escaped the raging fire into an inside cradle. That did look very cool. Honestly, I wish that had just been the finish, because after that they did this kind of awkward looking reversal sequence at the end, and then I thought his last two wacky pile drivers, the CR2 and then the CR3, they both looked strangely non-impactful. The police are here again.
It was better for a while.
Yeah.
New spot, right?
Yeah. It was. They both look strangely non-impactful. I thought the CR2 and the CR3.
And the CR3 should look like fucking death.
Yeah, because it's a double underhook pile driver, but I don't know. He didn't really land it very hard. I don't know. I haven't really seen anyone else say that, and just it really stood out to me watching them this match how non-impactful they both looked. So I don't know. It's always funny to me. It feels like there's, I guess, because people. Okay, let me think of the way to put this. There is a type of person, and they hang out in one Discord room on the Voice of Wrestling server in particular, who thinks they're the non-impartial, the only the only totally impartial arbiters of wrestling. They're the only unbiased people. They're the only ones who judge things, completely unbiased. And they're the only ones that don't have favorite wrestlers or favorite promotions. That's how they come off. Everybody else, as long as their channels are they're biased towards New Japan, or they're biased towards Japanese wrestlers and racist towards the white wrestlers. Meanwhile, they never notice the pattern where they always seem to rate the matches in Japanese wrestling with white people the highest. Somehow that pattern never stands out to them. But anyway. The cars are so loud by you. They never noticed that pattern. And, it's just very weird to me that they honestly seem to think they're the only unbiased people. Now, I think part of it is because obviously in the in the English speaking world, there are more people who like AEW the most than there are people who like Japanese wrestling the most right now. That makes sense because it's an American television promotion that caters to that. So they take being overwhelming in number to be to somehow equal objectivity. And if I'm trying to steel man their argument, this is what I'm trying to do. But that's not the same thing. That just means you're in the majority. It does not mean you're the independent arbiter of what's good wrestling.
You just hate AEW fans. You could just say it.
Yeah, well, I mean, but I'm just saying in general, they always come off like this. They always come off, and it's not even all AEW fans, because there are some AEW fans who admit they're biased, who admit that they don't take it.
It's more the smug condescension.
Yeah, the smug condescension. There's AEW fans. I'll even name one. Trish from the Trish and Sarah podcast. If you ask Trish, "Are you biased towards Hangman Page?" she'll tell you, "Of course I am." But she would not even, of course, that's what her answer would be. She would not try to deny that. So there are people out there that can understand their biases. There are a lot of AEW fans, and again, in this specific channel especially, that cannot comprehend the fact that they might just be more biased towards certain promotions and certain wrestlers. It's just, this is objectively the best thing that's ever existed, and this is ELP is objectively good. And if you think this match was bad or not great, then you're obviously racist towards white people. And it's like, it's just, people can just like different things. I happen to dislike ELP's lack of selling down the stretch here more than you do. I happen to think the entire first half of this match being boring as shit with a dead crowd was more important than the stretch run being really good. If that's just where we disagree. So it's just a disagreement in taste. It does not mean one of us is right. It does not mean one of us is wrong. It just means we value different things in our wrestling and we like different things in our wrestling. And the way they have to, like I said, be super condescending about it and super like the NJPW channel with their hatred of white people is at it again. It's like I gave ELP versus Takeshita in the Korakuen match last year 4.5 stars.
Oh, that was a fantastic match.
Yeah, it was a fantastic match. It's just been diminishing returns for this pairing all year long. The prior 2 title matches they had were not very good either. And this match wasn't very good. This was a 2 3/4.
This was the worst of them.
Yeah, this was the worst match yet they've had. This was like a 2 3/4 star match. I just did not. There was nothing here besides one really, really cool spot, and the one I talked about where he jumped over the barricade, and and like that, and even the stuff that at the end that you might find cool if you don't like the or don't dislike the no selling as much as I did. I still don't really get how you could think the end was that cool. I really do think those last 2 power drivers look pretty stupid. So they just look pretty weak. So I don't know. I just whatever. You love
I'll
this
agree
match?
with you on that.
Yeah. But yeah, what would you give this match?
2 3/4. It was like
Yeah.
It wasn't horrible. I like the cast, but it's like I kind of wanted to end.
Yeah. I mean, it was
like if it's a 15-minute match and it feels 20 something in a bad way to me, I can't say it's good.
Yeah, it was like it was 15 minutes. It dragged, and I don't know. It just didn't work for me. So there you go. I guess I'm racist towards white people. That's me. The main event, since we didn't actually have the Zack and Gabe match, was Taichi defeating Yuya Uemura and 1902 with the Black Mephisto. This match, on the other hand, was fucking fantastic. And again, if you're going to accuse me of being biased towards Taichi, that's been the case for like a fucking decade. So guilty as charged. I love Taichi. I love the Holy Emperor. I thought he was amazing in this match. And Yuya was great here too. He was pretty early on. Like Taichi was doing all these kicks to him, and Yuya was like selling like he was completely out to the point where I kind of wondered if he was knocked out for real. I saw some fans on Japanese Twitter that were watching live too, like thinking he was knocked out for real. I guess it wouldn't totally surprise me, but I just thought it was. I don't think he was. I think it was just amazing selling on his part, but it's possible because he was down for a long time.
I like Zach's comment about it on commentary. I don't know if you watched Damon's commentary or not.
I did, but I don't remember what he said.
Because they were asking if he was knocked out, and he was like, "How can you tell? He's not even conscious when he's awake."
Yeah, there you go. That's funny. Yuya came back after that though with some really great looking offense. He was doing the thing where he was like snapping Taichi's arm with his legs, which looked really good. And then he hit a drop kick to Taichi's leg, started working it over, which made total sense because Tanahashi had been working on the night before. And Taichi again, his selling of the leg was so fucking great. Yuya, at one point, he went for his deadbolt suplex, but Taichi countered it with this fucking sick as hell backdrop suplex. Just dropped Yuya right on his head. A little bit after
but
that.
Right before that, he did the burning lariat.
Oh, I thought that was after. I think I had my notes after, but I couldn't.
No. Oh, he backdropped someone's head twice. That's why.
Ah, okay. But yeah, because that's what I was about to say. He hits the burning lariat where he just fucking decapitates Yuya. It was so great.
And then the Jumbo Saruta chant after that.
Yeah. But Yuya ends up coming back with the deadbolt suplex, but he can't quite hold the bridge. And then Taichi gets his sumo throw, hits the sumo elbow, hits a super kick, and then hits the Black Mephisto, and that gets the pin. This was real motherfucking graps. That's what this was. 4.5 stars. Loved every second. The best match on these two shows. And just, I don't know. This was like, it wouldn't even shock me this ended up being the best block match at the end of the tournament. Like, that's how outstanding I thought this was. So.
No, I agree. It was 4.5. It was a fantastic match. I liked the sumo bit at the end. Actually, I love that because it's like clear, because it's part of his character that Taichi loves sumo.
Yeah.
And the Nagoya tournament song, right as we speak. Well, not right this moment, but during these weeks.
Sorry, you kind of like cutting out there.
I said the Nagoya tournament's going on right now.
Oh, got it. But yeah, so overall, I thought Night 2 blew away Night 1. I just thought Night 2 had a much better undercard and even better main than the Night 1 main. So yeah, I was.
When crowd heat matters in wrestling, I'm sorry, all you empty arena fans.
Yeah, I mean, Night 2, I just thought the crowd was just so much more into the vast majority of that show. So.
It's not a sport. It's a form of entertainment designed to excite people so they give you more money. It's meant to have crowd participation.
Exactly. I don't think. I mean, I never want to get to the point where I'm only rating on crowd reaction, but it definitely just helps the enjoyment, if nothing else. The upcoming G1 shows this week, so we got a bunch. Tuesday in Sendai, the first A block solo show, so they go back to only 5 matches per night, or I guess it might be 4 for the B block if Gabe Kid's not ready to go. We'll see.
Maybe they'll sub someone out for a solo match. With Naito.
Yeah, that's true. The first A block show, we have Ryohei Oiwa versus Callum Newman. Actually, let me get the standings first. I should have done that already.
I have the standings. I have them right here.
I got them right. I got them here. So Evil is in first place alone in the A block with 2-0, so he has 4 points. The entire rest of the block, besides Sonata, so Tana, Suji, Oiwa, Yuya, Taichi, Finley, Bolton, and Callum, they're all 1-1 for 2 points. And then Sonata's the lone person, A block 0-2 with 0 points. So that's the A block standings as we head into the third A block night. So it's Ryohei Oiwa against Callum Newman. So it's mostly 1-1 versus 1-1, obviously. But Tanahashi against Bolton Oleg, which, that could be pretty good. And it'll probably be kept short. So.
Well, Tana is also an underrated ground wrestler, and Oleg was at the Olympics, so that would be grapple fight. Could be really good.
Yeah. And then Evil versus Sonata, so 2-0 Evil and 0-2 Sonata. I can't wait for this. I don't give a fuck. I know people are...
Actually, it's either going to be the funniest thing on the planet or the worst.
I think it'll be the funniest. That's what I think. Semi-main event, Taichi versus David Finley. That I cannot wait for also. That should be fucking great. And main event... Yeah. And main event, Yota Tsuji against Yuya Uemura, which, I like their matches together more than a lot of other people too. So that show looks good. I'm excited for that one. The first B block show then follows on Wednesday, July 23rd in Niigata. So the Gabe Kid match we might have to skip was against Shingo. To get the B block standings first, we have 2 people on top. As everyone predicted,
each other in Niigata.
Exactly. So Drilla Maloney and Yoshihashi, both 2-0. And that is the opener of the B block show. Drilla and Yoshihashi. One of them will be 3-0 in all likelihood, unless they do a very unlikely draw. After that, we have Narita, Takeshita, Shota, Zack, ELP, Okan, all tied at 1-1 for 2 points. Then we have Shingo and Gabe, both 0-2 for 0 points. Gabe, of course, lost his second match by forfeit. Shingo and Gabe are also scheduled to face each other. That's the semi-main. But I'm assuming Gabe is not going to be ready by this show if he is going to come back eventually. So probably be a forfeit win for Shingo. The other matches, we have ELP against Narita, which...
please be
I hope it's short too. I don't see any path to that being good, unfortunately, even with Narita being good this year. But Okan versus Takeshita, which if Okan's gonna win, it could be really good. So I guess we'll see. And the main
Takeshita had a
event,
fantastic match on the Ring of Honor show last week.
yeah, they against Bandito. I've heard it's really good. I haven't watched it yet.
I think you would actually like it if you saw it.
Yeah, I'll probably get around to it. Shota Umino and Zack Sabre Jr. in the main event. We'll see if they can deliver something better than the Tokyo Dome. I'm pretty confident they will, with like 20 to 25 minutes this time instead of 48.
Yeah. Oh, it's 48.
I think it was like 48. I mean, it's off the top of my head, but I think that's what it was. Yeah. So I mean, this is not a good card though, because I mean,
it was 43 minutes 44 seconds.
Okay, there you go. I guess it just felt even longer. But yeah, this is not a good card, especially losing Shingo Gabe, which was going to be match of the night by a mile, I think. So, yeah, I don't know. This kind of could be a rough one. Guess we'll see. And then we have the two Oda Award shows. The Friday one, the A Block show, is the Tanahashi Finley main, the Suji Oiwa semi main, Taichi Evil, Yuya Callum, and Bolton Sonata. Finley Tana could be really good, especially if the crowd is really into Tana, like they probably will be. And I am excited to see what Suji Oiwa looks like, and even Taichi Evil. I mean, Taichi.
They've had fun matches.
Yeah. So
now
B-block,
Oleg could be interesting just because it's a completely green guy and a guy who's completely out to lunch.
Yeah. The B block show was supposed to be Gabe here was supposed to be against Drilla, which I would have been interested in seeing, but I doubt he'll be ready to go by Saturday. Yoshihashi against Great Okan, ELP against Zack, which that could be one of ELP's better matches, maybe. I don't know. Shota versus Narita on the semi-main, and Shingo versus Takeshita on the main. That's another pairing where I want to see if they can improve on the Wrestle Kingdom match. I mean, it's not like that match was bad, but it was a little...
It was flat, though, right?
Yeah, it wasn't as good as I was... It's one of those matches that was like 4 1/4, and you're expecting better. So...
Yeah, it's like... And then he had the 5-star match with Ishii the next night.
Yeah. So, I guess we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, that's your New Japan and what's coming up this week. So we'll talk about all those shows on next week's show. And there you go. The G1 season is in full swing here. Let's go to the Korakuen Hall shows that happened this week. So there were 5 different Korakuen Hall shows across 4 different promotions. So it was a big week for Korakuens. And we'll start with these will do in chronological order. So we'll start with the Marigold first anniversary series, Burning Desire, Night 13. That was July 16th. So this past Wednesday, and announced attendance of 1,020. So that's up from 912 they drew at Korakuen on June 17th for the 6-woman Marvelous Marigold tag. Maybe a touch disappointing, though, given how big a main event it was, or at least they wanted us to think it was really big. I'll give some reasons.
I have notes when we get to that.
Yeah. Really didn't think it was that big. It opened with Arina Yamanaka, Kizuna Tanaka, Koki Yamare, and Miku Ano defeating Go Chika Goto, Hummingbird, Minami Yuki, and Nao Ishikawa in 10:47. I need to say something about the English commentators here, first of all, because, some people, I know a lot of people will not listen to anything with Thom Fane on it at all. And I get it because he's been kind of an asshole at times. But I always try to listen to the English when it's available because it's like, I'm doing the...
I love Stu Fulton.
I like Stu Fulton too, yeah. And, Sonny, I think can add value to these shows. I mean, he does explain...
The difference is Sonny's a little weird and Thom Fane's fun.
Yeah. But I try to listen to the English commentary even when I don't love it because, it's like I'm doing this podcast for like English language Japanese wrestling fans. I feel like that's something I should be doing, is like hearing what these companies are doing when they're trying to reach out to the English language Japanese wrestling fan base. But they did this super cringe thing. Sonny and Thom Fane both said this. They repeated the same line like 2 or 3 times. They were like, if you want a 5-star presentation, here it is. Which is obviously supposed to... it's obviously supposed to be a really cringy shot of Stardom, and it's like, guys, the number of Joshi wrestling fans among Western, English speakers is already not that high. Why would you want to risk turning people off who are probably going to be Stardom viewers too, and by doing this cringy tribal bullshit, by doing even if they said it once, I don't think it would have been as bad. It would have just been this cheeky little thing, but repeating it was so I don't know, it just really turned me off at the very start of the show. I don't really get why they thought that was a good idea. It's there are going to be a lot of people who watch Stardom and probably like Stardom more than your promotion that are willing to give you a chance. I mean, I'm describing myself, and I'm describing probably many other people. And by doing this stuff, you're basically, telling people that you don't want them as fans or something, or you only want them as fans if they're going to be Marigold soldiers. And there's very few people like that out there. There's a couple people who are really pro Marigold and anti-Stardom among English speakers. But it's I get the Stardom fired to review basically, or I guess, I don't know. They say or Sonny was always going to leave with Rossi probably. The Fane thing is a little more up in the air. Whatever.
Well, Fane was
he asked for a raise, they didn't give it to him, right? Basically,
he said he was making less than the janitor.
Yeah. So
he also said that the English speaking commentators were their greatest resource above the wrestlers publicly.
Okay. But yeah, it's I don't know. So what I'm trying to say here is just if anyone haven't been listening, which you never know who's listening, honestly, I would just say just tone it down. Don't do the tribal stuff so hard, because all it does is turn off the people like me who want to like Marigold, who watch Marigold, but I'm a bigger Stardom fan. And if you're going to ask me to choose between them, it's going to be Stardom every time. So
it's a better product.
It's a way better product. So if you really want, if you want to make this award, there's not enough people out there among the English speaking Joshi fan base who are going to only want to watch Marigold and not want to watch Stardom. So I don't know why you try to play to that audience. The audience is probably 3 people. So, don't make it a tribal war thing. Let people watch both, and don't do your cringy little comments. That's what I would say. This match, by the way, pretty bad. Koki and Go Chica they had this pretty awkward and slow sequence together. I feel bad ragging on the girl every time I talk about Marigold, but she never progresses. She always looks exactly the same level of awkward. Yeah. So I don't know.
Arena kind of impressed me.
Yeah, she's gotten a little better. She pinned Hummingbird with a split-legged inverted DDT thing. And she did hit her with a pretty sweet flying big boot right before that too. So that was the other big nice thing of the match. But yeah, it's pretty bad otherwise. 2 stars. Bad match.
Yeah, I gave it 2.
The next match. Sorry, go ahead.
Arena is 40 and wrestling 5 years part-time. So.
Yeah, so for that level of experience, she's pretty good. But yeah, her main thing is she's a yoga instructor, I think.
Yeah. There was, I forgot who she was wrestling, but the sort of unofficial stipulation was if the wrestler won, she would get a free year of yoga. And Aaron was like, no, if I win, you have to sweep the floors for a year.
Who won?
Arena lost.
Okay, so she got the free year of yoga.
Apparently, yes.
Match 2, Darkness Revolution, Chiaki, Misa Matsui, Nagisa Nozaki, and the newest member, Rhea Seto, defeated Chan Yoda, Megaton, Mirai, and Yuka Yamazaki in 9-19. What's that?
This is the most random collection of people who have 1 year experience in Mirai. And I guess actually Nozaki's been doing it for 18 years.
Yeah. This was my first time seeing Seto as a Darkness Revolution member. I didn't watch the Shinjuku Face show where she turned, so I don't know, she looked a little awkward to me when she came out. She was not coming off very heelish at all. The way she was like smiling.
They were wheeling her out on a dolly.
Yeah. It was very weird. By the end of the match, I thought she was starting to get a little better with the heel facial expressions, I will say. So
I do like when the tiniest Josie on the roster is evil.
Yeah, it is funny. But yeah.
Like, you remember, like, Starlight Kid's heel turn?
Yeah.
Like, evil Starlight Kid was it's funny.
But yeah, she submitted Megaton here. Good little win for it. I think just turned heel. And I went 3 stars on it. I thought it was a fine little match.
Yeah, I went 2 3/4, but yeah. It's just, it's funny. It's like, oh my god, you're adorable. I'm supposed to think you're evil. You're 4'10".
It is funny. I don't think is she that tiny? I think she's
Rita Sancho's really
No, she's 5'2".
Oh,
so
never mind.
Not even that tiny for Josie. Like 157 centimeters. I mean, that's not that tiny.
I think just because she's very skinny, she looks small.
Yeah. But yeah, good little match here. And afterwards, they were like really pushing the Mirai slump gimmick, coming off her title match loss to Utami at Yogi that last month, I should say. So that'll be interesting to see heading into the Dreamstar Grand Prix. So how she does. Then we had Siri Yamaoka and Victoria Yuzuki defeating Senka Akatsuki and Sora Ayame in 10:34. Sari and Senka's exchange was like just as great as you'd expect here. Like they threw these really hard lariats. We got this big gut wrench suplex from Sari on the larger Senka. So that was just like the highlight of this match.
And then they did like some amateur stuff and started doing ground and pound on each other, like rolling around, getting on top of each other.
Yeah, that was really cool too.
Shit at each other.
They definitely were. And then Yuzuki pinned Sora with her capture German. This was the best match on the show by this point by far. I think.
Yeah.
Was it?
I think it was the best match on the show.
Yeah, I think it was the best match on the show. Period. The next match I gave the same rating, but I think I like this a little more. So yeah, 3.5 stars.
I went exactly 3.5 stars, and I went 3.5 stars on the next one too.
Yeah, and then we saw we seem to have the same ratings a lot. It's kind of funny.
But yeah, we're usually within a quarter star of each other, almost always. Exactly half the time.
Except Hangman and Mox, where you were 5 and I was 4. So yeah. That's the only one. But yeah, afterward we saw Sari and Senka like kicking at each other while laying on the outside, which I thought was pretty funny. But yeah, that feud must continue. They're in the same block, right? At the Dreamstar, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that.
I'd like to point out, like, all these people have like a year, except for Victoria, who has 2.5 years. They're all 1 year.
Yeah.
Or less. Because Senka debuted in April, right?
Senka is October, I think.
October, okay.
Yeah, it was definitely last fall. Let me just.
Sari Yamaoka was Nina Takahashi's last protege,
right? Yes. So Senka debuted October 27th, to give the exact date. So
everyone sort of started noticing her because she had that match in April against.
Yeah. Yeah, I was already hearing buzz from her from like people who actually watch Marvelous, but that's not a huge number of people. So, the next match was Ai Hozan and Mio Momono defeating Komomo Minami and Mayu Iwatani and 10.
Another Marvelous versus Marigold match.
Yep, and the crowd was like pretty into Komomo here. They gave her a nice little chant because she had a big dive to the outside. She got like this big fired up slap spot, but then Miyu ducked a lariat, and then she hit the German suplex hold with a pin on her. I thought this was another like fiery undercard tag that I enjoyed. Again, gave it the exact same rating as the last one, a 3.5 star tag. Like if you're gonna watch anything from this show, these are the 2 matches to watch. These 2 tags.
So. The 2 rookie tags, yeah.
Yeah. Well, Miyo's not really. About Mayu Iwatani's in this match.
But I meant like. But Ai Hozan's a rookie, and Kimono Minami has like.
Yeah. So it's like a rookie and a more experienced wrestler.
And the other match is like basically 3 rookies and someone 2 years in, or might as well be a rookie.
Yeah. Mio Momono's been wrestling since 2016, but yeah. The semi-main event, Mai Sakurai defeating Riko Kawahata in 10:25 to defend the Marigold United National title. I believe that was already her 5th defense. No, her 6th defense. Excuse me.
I had a V6.
Yeah. So she's had this belt since January 3rd. So yeah, it's been a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. This really didn't do a lot for me. Thought it was fairly.
I don't know how two really good wrestlers can have such a boring fucking 10-minute match.
Yeah, I mean, I usually like both these wrestlers too, so that's why I was kind of surprised. I mean, Rico is one half of the current tag champion. She's also from Marvelous, and Maria
Armagenta, who are now they're rocking. I like their gear a lot.
Yeah, I like my Sakurai most of the time too. I mean, it's not like one of my favorites or anything, but she's usually good. So I don't know. They just had a very, very boring match here, like 2 3/4. Just nothing.
That's exactly what I fucking went to.
Yeah. Just not much to it at all, especially for a white belt match. But my basically afterwards we had Rico cutting off some of her hair and giving it to Mai as like a show of shame, I guess.
We forgot last match. Mayu is going to defend against Arena and Mama.
Oh yeah, that's right. So Arena gets the first shot, it sounds like, and then Mio gets the second shot, for the Superfly title. Yeah, I did have that in my notes. I just totally skipped right over it for some reason. Mai though said afterwards she wants to win the Dream Star and become double red-white champion. So there you go. That's going to be her arc, I guess. Okay, the main event: Takumi Iroha.
Are you familiar with the GHC Women's Title history?
Yeah, well, so Ochami Hashishida. Yes, it's the Marigold World Title / GHC Women's Title, double knockout, 56-16. Go ahead.
I have it written here.
Yeah, give it to me.
On November 11th, on November 11th, 2024, on Monday Magic, Koki Amurai wins a Royal Rumble. That's mostly rookies. Then she defends it once on the January 3rd Marigold show against Go Chica in a less than 8-minute match. Then the belt is for almost 5 fucking months. No, never mind. Almost 5 months. Takumi wins the belt on Monday Magic.
Yeah, so Koki, you didn't quite fit it, or you cut off. Koki got injured, and they just kept the belt on her for 5 months.
Well, New Japan is a 6-month rule, so yeah. So Takumi wins on Monday Magic. Then 4 weeks later, she defends it against Victoria Yuzuki. And then July 5th, she defended in Spain for the RCW promotion against Amali, who's a French-Algerian wrestler who was an NXT UK jobber. And that's the entire history of the belt.
It's never been defended on an actual Noah show. Only Monday Magic. Which, Monday Magic is kind of its own universe. I mean, any Noah fan will tell you that. It's this wacky weekly show with no announced card. A lot of the top Noah stars don't even appear on it. Like Ozawa never appeared on this entire season. So I like Monday Magic. It's just not. It's not.
The finale was a really fun show.
Yeah, most of the shows are good, but it's just not. It's not Noah. I mean, it's like a weird little spinoff of Noah. So when they're trying to hype this up as the match starts on the English commentary about how this is a huge double title match, the GHC Women's Title, the Marigold World Title, and it just fell so flat to me because who gives a fuck about the GHC Women's Title? I mean, you just went over the history. It's like there's been 2 champions. The first one is a wrestler who sucks and who was injured for 5 months and they didn't bother taking the title off her. The second champion won it on a Monday Magic and has made 2 defenses. I mean, this is not even the... if Stardom promoted an IWGP Women's and World of Stardom double title match, that would actually be a big deal at this point because they've actually done a really good job building up the IWGP Women's title.
Even the Women's Strong title.
Yeah, even the Women's Strong title, more than the GHC Women's. But the IWGP Women's is a better comparison because it's clearly the same kind of belt. And it's been on Wrestle Kingdoms. It's been on other New Japan shows.
The IWGP Women's works to me because Strong. Because Strong's its own universe, and clearly Monday Magic's its own universe.
Yeah, but they bill it as GHC Women's Title, it's supposed to be the equivalent of the IWGP.
It's the Global Honored Crown title.
Yeah, it's not called the Monday Magic title. So if Stardom did that match, that would be a big fucking deal. Like, they have protected the IWGP Women's title enough in the last few years, and they've put it in the main events. They just had the match, one of the matches of the year for the IWGP Women's title on a Stardom.
Mayu had it for over a year, and
Mayu didn't she have it for like 2 years?
Yeah, you're right. She had it for close to 2 years.
Yeah. I mean, they did the work building.
They put in arguably the greatest woman, one of the greatest women's wrestlers in the world, defending against the other greatest women's wrestlers in the world.
So they put in the work to establish that title. So if Stardom wants to headline a fucking show with the IWGP Women's title
and they have
title, oh, they did, right? They did do it.
No, I mean they haven't done it yet, but I mean they have headlined big shows with the IWGP Women's title.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So now, if they wanted to headline a show with a double title match, it would feel earned, it would feel big, and it would feel like a big deal. This felt like nothing. This was a joke title that's barely been around, it hasn't even been around a year yet, and the Marigold title. Like, there was nothing there. So, the announcers trying to hype it up. I understand it's your job as an announcer to hype it up, but they laid it on way too thick. They're like, the prestigious GAC Women's title. I'm like, buddy, this belt has existed for like 8 months, and it's like it's never been a big deal. So like, you can't just snap your fingers and decide something's prestigious. It's not prestigious. Now look, this match, it has a 7.57 on Cage Match right now.
Fuck them.
There's some people who seem to have really liked this match.
I hate Jim Cornette, but I'll borrow a Jim Cornette line. This match went so fucking long, I had a birthday in the middle of it.
It's like, I don't know. Like, there's some Japanese fans, especially, who seem to be marks for long matches. A lot of them, actually. Because I remember during the worst of the New Japan clap crowd era, when they were obsessed with going like 40 minutes in every main event, it felt like. The Western fans were all...
Wasn't there a 38-minute three-way tag team match?
I think there was something like that, yes.
Yeah, where it was the Tekkers. I can't remember the 13. It was the Tekkers, Naito, Sonata, and the 13.
But
might have been God.
The point I was trying to make is that the New Japan Western fans really hated that, but the Japanese fans seemed to be pretty into it. They were like, they liked the long matches. And when I looked at the Marigold fans on Twitter, like the Japanese Marigold fans, they seemed like they were really into this match, and they were calling it like a classic. I thought this match was fucking dog shit. I thought this was like, if I was going to vote for the worst match of the year right now, this might be my winner now, because it's not quite the absolute worst match I've seen. It's still a Marigold match that I talked about in the awards episode. God, what the fuck was your name? The wrestler who like basically got put on the shelf for sucking.
I can't remember.
You know what? Yeah, you know what we're talking about, though.
Yeah.
Okay, let me see if I can find it.
I mean, even Captain New Japan didn't get fired for sucking.
Yeah. Who the fuck was it?
He got fired for gambling debts.
Yeah. It was Yuka Yakizaki. Oh, Ryoko something. Ryoko something. What the fuck was her last name? Ryoko...
Maybe she's still on the roster.
It was Ryoko... Oh, Ryoko Sakimura. There we go. So Ryoko Sakimura, who June 15th against Yuka Yamazaki. That's the actual worst match I've seen. It was on a Marigold VOD show that no one ever watched. Except
which one was it? July 5th?
No, June 15th.
June 15th.
Yeah, so
against Yuka Yamazaki, who had like two matches
in at that point. But yeah, I mean, like, I don't know, like it's just like very, very surprised by how much praise this match is getting in some circles, because this match, I mean, this would be like a worst match of the year contender for me, because it's in a much bigger spot than a match like that match, where it's just like, a wrestler would wrestle 2 matches of the year in her whole career, I should say, versus a wrestler who just has been wrestling since January and just couldn't do anything. She can't sell because she laughs her way through it the whole time, and she can't do moves, and she can't bump. So like, she's seriously one of the worst wrestlers I've ever seen. And The fact that Marigold took her off the tour, took her off the active roster 3 days later, saying she was lacking spirit due to a poor condition or something like that. So I don't think we'll ever see her again, to be honest. But
that's just the funniest.
Yeah. But that is probably the actual worst match I've ever seen. And, it got a woman bench probably. But this match is the worst match.
I wonder if it's worse than the Predator versus Luke Gallows that got Chono slapped on TV.
I don't know.
You've seen that GIF, right?
Yeah.
That GIF, that video, yeah.
Good question.
For those of us who don't know what we're talking about, there was an IGF match that was so bad. Antonio Inoki came to ringside screaming, "Stop the fucking match!" and throwing a chair.
It's still one of my favorite GIFs because he's just so angry. Inoki was so
offended. I was doing commentary, so Inoki walked up to Chono and slapped the headset off.
He was just so angry. He had to take it out on somebody. But yeah. This match, it starts out with them doing the, yes, we're going very slow pace.
I wrote, Jesus, even the lockup is slow.
The entire first 5 minutes, they did nothing. Then they traded slow standing holds for a while. Then they just kept doing nothing. By the time it finally picked up with some hard kicks and strikes from Takumi, the match is probably already longer than almost every single G1 match we just talked about. That was probably 15 minutes in at that point when it finally picked up.
I think it was probably over 20.
Yeah, something like that. It promptly slowed down again before the 25-minute call. They brawled into the crowd. Now, keep in mind, Utami had already started working over Takumi's leg at this point, and they brawl in the crowd, and Takumi suddenly, had been selling her leg pretty well. That's probably one of the, or Takumi had been working over, Utami working over Takumi's leg. That's what it was. And, she's selling the leg, and, she's selling the leg pretty well. And then they go up the stairs, and Takumi's like, well, my leg's working fine now, so here I go. And goes up the stairs after her. And, just okay, that's very weird. 40 minutes in, Utami suddenly teasing she's going to choke out Takumi after working over her leg the entire match. What are we doing? And then Takumi's like, well, you've been working on my leg for the last half hour. I'm going to throw my kicks like I'm totally fine now. Which, okay, I can even forgive blowing off limb selling to some degree if you're doing it in I think sometimes there's people who jump on it too hard where it's okay, someone was having their leg worked over for 5 minutes. It's okay if they maybe blow it off a little bit. They don't have to be selling it debilitatingly for the rest of the match. But when you're going to do a fucking match with literally 20 fucking minutes of leg work, they had better fucking sell the leg for the rest of the match. Otherwise, don't do a fucking match with 20 minutes of leg work. Then the 20 minutes of leg work meant absolutely nothing and was just a complete waste of everyone's fucking time, which is what happened in this fucking match. So, yes, Takumi just starts throwing the kicks. Her leg is fine now, even though it's been... Earlier, she was selling it like it fucking got blown off by a shotgun. So, just fucking horrendous. Then they just...
I've never seen two really good wrestlers have such a shitty match, because, they're technically really good, too. So it was just, watching two really graceful people moving in slow motion.
Yeah, they're really good wrestlers. I mean, they're both very good wrestlers. So it's fair. That's why it's even more bizarre how match this was. How bad this match was. I mean, they're trying to sell it like this big epic, but other than the fact that it went really long, it didn't feel epic to me at all. There was some good action here. They dumped each other on their heads with some German suplexes and, but again, they were just going back and forth between...
This match was not worth CTE.
No. Acted like they were fine and sounded like they're dead. And then on top of that, so I knew that this match was really long and I knew how to double KO finish. I did not know what the actual finish was. They do the 55-minute call. They both stand there and slap each other, and then they both simultaneously hit each other with one slap, and they both go down, and that's the fucking finish. I laughed out loud. I was like, really? That's it? After 56 fucking minutes, they both hit a kind of weak-looking slap to the other, and that fucking knocks each other out? That looks so fucking stupid. So on top of everything else, leg selling that we didn't pay attention to, the finish looks stupid. It was maybe 15 minutes of good work stretching to 56. They did nothing for the first 20 minutes. I don't know where people are getting great match out of this. This is like a star and a quarter is the rating I gave this, and even that might be generous. Like, this was a horrible match.
I went 2, but I just want to read my notes. Jesus, even the lockup is slow. Why is it so fucking slow? It keeps going and going, and I somehow like both these women. I'm going to stop taking notes. I'm doing a crossword.
Somebody else said, like, they put down the thing and started playing their Switch 2, and I was like, yeah, if I had a Switch 2, I'd be playing it right now, too. But so I was trying to do
I was still watching, but I was also doing my crossword.
I was trying to give you, the listener, my full attention on this match, and it was a fucking struggle, let me tell you, because this match was so goddamn boring. So, yeah, this was a pretty...
And the finish sucked.
The finish really sucked. Yeah, I thought the show was like kind of bad, especially with a main event this long that was pretty horrible. And I have not been a Marigold hater on this show. I mean, I've liked most of the recent stuff.
So to be fair, it's a very top-heavy promotion. So if the top fails like these two, top 2 matches did, it's not a good show.
Yeah. So
and that's a byproduct of having a roster of mostly people who've been in the business less than 2 years.
Yeah. So I don't know, just it was there's 2 tag matches here that are like worth your time, but also if you don't see them, it's not going to be life-changing or anything. So you can safely skip this whole show, I think. So that was Marigold. Let's move over to All Japan, which took place the following day on July 17th. This was the AJPW Summer Action Series, Night 1, Korakuen Hall. It drew a very small crowd of 855 fans. Easily their lowest Korakuen number of the year. Now, they had been trending down for a little while. Their last Korakuen was 1,196 for Hideki Suzuki versus Jun Saito. And
I like that match so much.
They were. I don't think I liked it as much as you did. I thought it was good, but I don't think it was like great or anything.
I perversely like Hideki Suzuki. So.
Yeah, that's fair. But yeah, they're averaging around 1,100, 1,200 for the 3 Champion Carnival shows. They did better numbers for the first shows earlier in the year, but yeah, they've been kind of trending down. But yeah, this was the first time they've announced a crowd in triple digits since they did 936 for the August 19th, 2023 Oudou Tournament show. So nearly 2 years. There was also a show they did with Great that did in triple digits, but like I think that was more of a Great show than All Japan show. So
yeah.
But even if you count that, though, that was like October 2023, so it would still be a long time ago. But yeah, I mean, maybe just the juniors main eventing or something. It just nothing on this show grabbed people, and maybe the fact that they moved the Triple Crown title match to Osaka next week might have not helped. I don't know. So, but yeah, this was the kickoff for the Zennichi Junior Festival. I thought it used to be called the Junior Battle of Glory. I guess they changed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they all came down to the ring with their little beauty sashes, just like the Champion Carnival, which I thought was a nice touch. But yeah, it was the kickoff of that tournament. So yeah, the first match was a Block B match in that tournament. Don Tamura defeating Fuminori Abe in 10-11. Good hard-hitting opener here, like pretty much what you'd expect from these two. They hit each other very hard for most of the match before Tamura won with a roll-up. I went 3.5 on this. Thought it was a good match.
I went 3 3/4. My absolute favorite thing about Abe is that he's a practicing Buddhist monk.
Yeah, that does roll. That does.
And he still wrestles like 200 matches a year and kills people in every match.
Yeah, he's not exactly doing the pacifist. Not exactly doing the pacifism.
Yeah, like he might accidentally kill someone in the ring and then read them their funeral rites. He was actually the priest at Hannah Kimura's funeral.
Oh, wow.
Some of the wrestlers who practice Buddhism go to him.
That makes sense. Match number 2, Hikaru Sato defeated Ryohei Inoue in 2 minutes and 18 seconds. There was some really neat shoot style stuff here. They were like standing and trading. Hikaru immediately got a hold of Ryo Inoue's arm and took him to the mat, but he couldn't quite get in the Kimura. But they end up getting a leg lock very quickly, and that gets a submission. So I enjoyed this like as much as you can enjoy a 2-minute match. So I went 3 stars.
Same. I did the exact same thing. Like I would have liked it at more time because it was just a fun match.
Yeah. It was just, I mean, I like, in a tournament especially, it's good to have these shock, quick finishes, though, so.
And All Japan's generally very good with that, but sometimes, like, in the Champion Carnival, they'll be like, oh, fuck, like, Joe Doran versus Get to Be Hard goes 4 minutes, and then Yutaki Yoshi, may you rest in peace, and Yoshitaka goes 17. It's like, no, that's not the way you do it.
Yeah, that is true. Match number 3, we had Baka no Jidai, Hideki Suzuki, Seigo Tachibana. I think Kengo Mashima was in that group now. They have him outside the brackets here on Cage Match.
Well, I think he's still a 2AW guy.
Yeah. They defeated Hokuto-gun, Kuma Arashi, and Takashi, along with their partner here, Shota Kofuji he's from Osaka Style Wrestling. Yeah, OSW. This was all right. I mean, Hideki put out Shota with a sleeper hold and then just pinned him.
The Hokuto-gun theme song's fucking horrible.
Oh, really? I love that theme song. Hokuto-gun, Hokuto-gun. It's like one of those.
It's like that weird Japanese reggae.
I love that theme song. But yeah, I mean, I love Hokuto-gun in general. So
I like Hokuto-gun. I just hate that thing.
Yeah, I thought, it was standard undercard multi-man tag stuff here, though Takashi, like his antics are entertaining in these types of matches, so he can help it stand out. But yeah, like 2 3/4, like just kind of all right.
I went exactly 2 3/4. I also really... Seigo Takabana is not a fucking junior. Who cares? He's a big dude. And Shota for someone...
Right?
Yes.
Yeah. Because him and Musashi just had the night off because it's 5 people in each block. So
yeah, Shota was actually really good. I liked him. I want to see him with more prominent spots.
8-man tag to build up the upcoming Triple Crown title challenge. Davey Boy Smith Jr., Ren Ayabe, Shotaro Ashido, and Ryuki Honda, who's getting the next title challenge. They defeated Junrei Saito, I should say, Musashi, and Yuko Miyamoto in 11:24.
The Saito Brothers theme is great.
Yeah, the Dream Warriors. Yeah, they're the Dream Warriors. They always.
You know where it's from, right?
It's from the Freddy Krueger movie.
Yes, Nightmare on Elm Street theme.
Yeah, I'm not really a horror movie guy, or really a movie guy in general. My friend Quinlan, who's been on the show a few times, is a big horror movie guy, and he told me about that and like how the music video, the band is like getting haunted by Freddy Krueger, and they end up killing him or something. I don't know. So
it's creepy. It's fun.
This is like an undercard tag with some good action here. Ryuki Honda and Jun were like really going at it ahead of their title match in Osaka next week, especially. Ayabe ended up pinning Musashi with the spinning Falcon Arrow. 3 1/4 star match. Good little match here.
I went 3, but yeah.
Afterwards, Shotaro Ashino introduced a video message from Zion back in the US, and he introduced the newest member of Team Havoc, which I did not realize was a thing. I guess that's Zion.
Zion's from Australia.
Yeah, Zion's from Australia, but he was in America here. But I guess Team Havoc is Zion, Ashino, and now I guess Odyssey Jones, or just Odyssey's going to go by. So he's a former NXT wrestler. He was apparently fired from the WWE for some kind of domestic abuse allegation, which I didn't even know until someone told me.
He was also going to be the new third man in the New Day when he got fired.
There you go.
He was like on Raw being introduced, and they fired him.
So yeah, it must be pretty bad if even WWE fired somebody, but I don't really know any of the details. But yeah, he's coming to All Japan, so hooray.
For the Royal Road.
For the Royal Road, yeah. So yeah, after intermission, All Japan would announce he's in the Oudou Tournament, the Royal Road, the single elimination tournament. Starts at the end of August. And I've never seen the man wrestle, so I cannot tell you anything about him. But there you go. Yeah, the Oudou Tournament announcements. This is the biggest news here, I guess, is that Naoya Nomura is returning to All Japan to take part in this. So that's pretty cool. There's also going to be an X in the first round. people got a little confused because they announced the X is going to face Nomura on, I don't remember the exact date, I think August 3rd or August 8th or something. It was definitely an early August show. But he's not facing on the tournament. So we're just going to see who the X is before
he's
the
facing Rei Saito on the tournament.
Yeah, he's facing Rei Saito on the tournament. So here's your tournament breakdown here. It starts at Korakuen with 3 first-round matches. The X faces Rei Saito. Kengo Mashimo faces Kento Miyahara. And Naoya Nomura faces his former tag partner, Yuma Aoyagi. So that'll be
That's actually a fun tournament. They all get that. Depending on who X's.
August 30th, the first round in Shimane. Davey Boy Smith Jr. versus Shotaro Ashino. Odyssey against Hideki Suzuki. And then August 31st, the first round wraps up in Kobe Sambo Hall. Kuma Arashi versus Ryoki Honda. Zion versus Hokoto Omori. And Jun Saito versus Ren Ayabe. The quarterfinals will be September 3rd in Shinkiba. That's the left side of the bracket. So the Jun Ren winner versus the Hokoto Zion winner. And the Shotaro Davey Boy winner against the Honda Kuma winner. The other quarterfinal show is September 6th in Tochigi. That's the right side of the bracket. Kengo winner against Yuma and Nomura winner. The Rei and X winner against the Hideki Odyssey winner. So there you go. Then the semifinals and finals will both take place the same night, which is September 15th in Korakuen. So that is your Odo tournament. The X probably not going to be Yuma Anzai, because I heard it seems like he's out for all of July and August. So we'll have to see who it ends up being. It could be Suwama, I guess, right?
Yeah, it could be, because he didn't quit.
He's just part-time now. So, and he kind of like teased like wanted to clean up All Japan during his last appearance. So then we have the All Japan World Tag Team titles. The business tag team, Kento Miyahara and Yuma Aoyagi, defeated Hokoto Goons, Hokoto Omori, and Talos in 17-15. There was a lot of
third successful defense
for V3. Yeah, there you go. There was a lot of goofiness early. So how much you like this match is probably going to depend on how much you can handle the All Japan goofiness. I know a lot of people can't seem to handle it.
I appreciated the unintentional comedy in the beginning. Sorry to cut you off.
Yeah.
With the new tag belts that wouldn't fold. And
yeah. That was funny.
Yeah, the leather isn't broken in yet, so they can't physically fold the belts. They hand them over.
Yeah. I sort of like the All Japan comedy, so I was kind of okay with the early part.
I actually do too.
Yeah, it was like the business tag were trying to isolate Hokoto, and they were acting very scared of Talos on the apron because he's very tall, of course. So I thought that was funny. And the crowd was reacting really big whenever Talos did anything, which also
he's gigantic.
Yeah, so I thought that was kind of cool.
And a former WWE guy.
That's true. Yeah. They I don't remember when they released him. I don't think he ever made TV, did he?
No, he was just for like 6 months in 2019.
Yeah.
He's in the NWA now.
Yeah. Well, now lately he's just been in All Japan. I think he's been over there since May, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think his last. Let me just say this actually. Yeah, he's been in All Japan since June 1st, so he hasn't left Japan. It seems like. So his last NWA appearance was all the way back on March 22nd, actually. So. Okay. But yeah, so the Talos and Kento brawled in the crowd. I don't know if this was the show to do the brawl into crowd spot twice.
It was dark and empty.
Yeah, June and Honda also did it because you're really just highlighting how empty the crowd is. So,
but also it's so fucking dark. I'm amazed that no one tripped on a stair.
Yeah,
because they kill the lights in the stairwell when it's empty.
Yeah, but yeah, I think you can probably if you the listener did not watch this match, you could probably picture it in your head if you closed your eyes. Like Talos didn't sell. At one point Yuma literally bounced off him with a shoulder block, which was pretty funny. But Hokoto sold a lot, so because Hokoto was selling and Talos was not selling. It's like the giant. The babyfaces did eventually manage to double team Talos and get him out of the ring just after the 15-minute mark. And I thought Yuma and Hokoto had a really cool little closing sequence together. They did a really close near fall on that Rana pin combination.
Oh, it's the old school flying head scissors, like the 1980s babyface flying head scissors.
That looked really cool.
I also like that
Yuma-
Hokuto hit RKO. Sorry to talk over you. And the announcers went, RKO!
That was pretty good.
That popped me if they didn't say Ace Crusher.
Yeah. Yuma hit a... sorry. So Yuma came back in with a big Larry and a brain buster. Hokuto kicked out of both. Yuma then hit a Fisherman's Buster, and Hokuto kicked out again before Yuma finally hit a second one, and that got the pin. So yeah, this was like some kind of... The Fool, yes. Wasn't some kind of all-time classic, but I thought it was a good match for what it was. I just also like Hokuto Omori, though, so it might have been higher for me than other people. But I went 3.5. I thought it was good.
I went 3 3/4.
Oh,
it was a fun match. I was like, yeah, it was like fun 20 minutes almost.
Yeah. So next up, we went back to Junior Battle Glory in the B block. Atsuki Aoyagi defeating Naruki Doi in 1744. I don't know, I didn't love this one. I usually like both guys, but I just kind of thought it was like a lot of slow and kind of boring strike exchanges. The ending was good, though. Doi did the rare Avalanche Doi 5s variant. It's a cool spot, but also kind of takes forever to set up, so maybe that might be why he only does it rarely. Atsuki, though, countered the Bakutori sliding kick into a sunset flip. It didn't even look quite as cool as it could have, given they kind of messed up the timing a little bit. But I don't know. I went Gentleman's 3 at the end. That might have even been a little nice.
It also went too fucking long. It was 18 minutes.
It went too long, and the final closing stretch didn't even look that good. But I don't know. Gentleman's 3.
They had a professional wrestling match.
Yeah. Main event, though, this was the best match of the show.
It was.
Rising Hayato defeating Seki Yoshioka in 1602. Yoshioka, of course, is the current junior champion. So yeah, this was a very hard-hitting match. A lot of hard slaps and kicks. Yoshioka absolutely lit up Hayato with a penalty kick to the back at one point, just one of those penalty kicks where it echoed over the entire Korakuen. But Hayato did end up winning this match with the moonsault. 3 3/4. Very good match. Definitely match of the show. And yeah, of the matches on the show, I would strongly recommend, the main event, the tag title match, and I guess, the other two Junior Battle Glory matches too, because the other one's only 2 minutes, but, Abe, Tamura, and Sato in a way. But yeah.
I went 4. I really liked it. I'm also very amused. Rising Hayato calls his finisher the Sig Vicious.
Well, he loves that punk rock.
It's his Lion Salt. I was going to call it Cape Rada, but I feel like most people know I say Lion Salt.
But yeah, very good match and a pretty good show. Not like a great show or anything, but there's definitely been worse All Japan shows this year. That is for sure. So
historically, been very much worse All Japan
undercards. The next show coming up for All Japan is also on Monday, so probably will have taken place by the time a lot of you heard this, especially this deep into the podcast. But yeah, it's July 21st on Marine Day in Japan in Osaka Edion number 2. The main event is Jun Saito going for his 6th defense against Ryuki Honda. I think he'll probably beat Ryuki Honda. I don't really see him losing there. There's 4 more Battle of Glory matches here. The semi-main is Musashi versus Dan Tamura. And there's also another match below that. It's Rising Hayato against Hikaru Sato. The other 2 tournament matches are Naruki Doi against Fuminori Abe, which that could be really good. And Ryo Inoue against Seigo Tachibana. And then the only other match of note besides 2 undercard multi-man tags is Yuma Aoyagi versus Davey Boy Swift Jr. to determine the next number 1 contender for the Triple Crown.
And then there's just like an 8-man.
There's an 8-man tag and a 6-man tag.
I don't have it in front of me, so I don't care.
Yeah. So that's coming up tomorrow. By the time many of you listen to this, it would have already happened. So there you go. Next up for Korakuen, Sendai Girls, July 19th on Saturday. So it just happened yesterday at Korakuen Hall. As we were talking about earlier, they don't announce attendances for most of their shows, but
and the shows don't have names.
Yeah, and the shows don't have names.
Whereas Pearl refers to attendance. Kinda Zu Sharon on Gabe.
Yeah.
No.
But yeah, this was a
Paul Vols can kill me for how badly I fucked with the German.
But yeah, so this show was really good. I thought I really had a lot of fun with this
Oh
show.
yeah, this is my favorite one so far.
But yeah, they had a great crowd with the smaller setup, probably around.
Of the Korakuens,
so,
I like the new
yeah
better. But at this point, of the 3 we had watched, it's my favorite.
Yeah. The show opened with Sayaka Kurara losing to Manami, I should say, in 5:34. Manami nailed Sayaka hard in the jaw right after a takedown, and Sayaka paid her back by hitting her in the stomach as hard as she could when Manami had her in a headlock right after. Even the English announcers were going "Oh, look at that!" Like they were just because you're used to seeing wrestlers hit somebody in the stomach, during the headlock, and you're not used to seeing them fucking punch someone in the stomach as hard as they can. And Sayaka was doing that because she was fucking pissed at Manami for hitting her in the fucking face right before that. So I don't know, there was the receipt for sure. So I thought that was 2 real shooters here, Manami and Sayaka.
There are a bunch of Joshis that are all between 4'11" and 5'2" and 90 to 105 pounds. That fucking terrify me.
Well, okay, Manami is 5'3" and 125 pounds.
And but she's also.
And actually, Sayaka is also 5'3". Sayaka is also 5'3", by the way. Yeah, 167, 119 pounds. So but Sayaka, I don't know. She's not normally much of a physical wrestler, but don't piss her off apparently, because she will give it back, because she was pounded on Manami's stomach there. Manami got to kick out of the Tokibeki Spear, which surprised me. That was just for the 5-minute call. And then she put her away with a splash off the top pretty quickly. So fast, but very stiff. So I went 3 stars. I like this. I'm always a mark for Joshi deciding to beat each other's asses. So
I'm always amused by just cutesy Japanese girl and cutesy Japanese girl violence without fetishizing.
I know there's something. I'm definitely not trying to make it a fetish thing, so I don't want anybody to try to cancel.
But there is something really kind of funny
There is something very amusing about
women probably have Hello Kitty bed seats absolutely leading the setting.
Yeah, women who are adorable, who are leading into the adorable idol aspect of it, who also beat each other's asses. That kind of rules. I don't know. I don't think that's a Asian fetishization thing. I just think it's just
and of course Cage Match hated it.
Yeah, the contrast between the way they present themselves versus the absolute violence they're capable of. So the next match was Chi-Chi, Ryo Mizunami, and Unagi Sayaka, easy for me to say, beating Hiroyo Matsumoto, Yura Suzuki, and Zonas. And
apparently, sorry to cut you off again. And one of the Unagi produced shows.
Yeah,
he had the highest. He had the highest total merch sales of any single wrestler in Korakuen history for a single day.
Oh, well, it's not what I thought you were going to say. They were going to talk about the Sumo Hall show that made her go bankrupt, or
no.
$200,000 in debt or something.
That's basically bankrupt, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't watch the Sumo Hall show. I couldn't bear.
Yeah. So yeah, Sayaka, she tried to bust out the rubber band at one point, which I am a mark for that rubber band spot, let me tell you. But it backfired on her. It went right back at her face. But the second attempt, she tried it again. It worked, but only because Zonas hit her and made her drop it. And that snapped it back on the person's face on the right. That was
actually no, it didn't work because she wound up hitting her own tag partner.
Oh, that's right. You're right. Okay.
Zones punched her in the tit, and that was deliberate. Yeah. It hurts, supposedly. I don't know. And then I'm not. Yeah. So she punched her as hard as she can right in the breast, and then she accidentally blinds her tag partner.
Yeah. Well, there you go. But yeah, so Hiroyo ends up pinning Suzuki. This was one of those matches that's kind of a mess, but it was a fun mess. So I went 3 stars on it. I liked it.
I went 3 too. I like everyone in there. I appreciated the spot where Ryo Mizunami's going to corner chop Hiroyo, and Jones goes to defend her. So Hiroyo.
I think I actually said I think I actually said Hiroyo pinned her own partner. It was Mizunabe who got
Yeah,
the
you
pin.
did. No, it was
Yeah.
real.
Yeah.
But then so Hiroyu just grabs Zones, uses a human shield, and starts smiling as their partner gets chopped to death.
Then we had the Sendai Girls Junior title match. Aya Sakura makes her second defense against the same person she made her first defense against, Yuna from Sendai Girls, who's
her third challenge in 8 months of the belt.
Yeah, she's still pretty green. I mean, she's been wrestling since 2023, but only since like August 2023. So she's like slightly less than 2 years in. But yeah, I apparently liked this show a lot more than Cage Match did because I thought this was really good.
Same.
This was this match. First of all, I have to talk about her pants. She was wearing these like white, like almost khaki pants for some reason, and I honestly don't know if it's like because she forgot her gear bottoms or what. Like maybe she already sent them to Sapporo by accident or something. But it was very weird that she had these like pants on that she never really wears. I mean, she's kind of like, I feel like she's kind of ditzy based on the story of her doing a wrestling tryout without realizing she was at a wrestling tryout. So, I guess it wouldn't shock me if she forgot her pants. If she forgot her bottoms for a wrestling show. But she fits right in with Poi, I guess. But yeah, Yuna was like working over her legs early. Aya came back though with her signature hard kicks. And again, because they only worked on her legs for a few minutes, not 20 minutes, it didn't really bother me.
Well, the thing is, unless your leg's broken, you could kick with your bad leg. You can't really support yourself with your bad leg.
Yeah. But she was like, the problem is that Takumi Iroha wasn't even saying that it hurt to do it in the match where she was like getting her leg worked over for 20 minutes. So
yeah, she was standing on the side that was not hooked over, which is not how it works.
Yeah.
The idea is you can't support your body weight.
This suddenly got really good with a lot of really close near falls down the stretch. Aya put Yuta down with this massive high kick. That got another 2 count. And then she kicked her head off with the 3-kick combo, which I thought was going to be the finish, but Yuna kicked out again. But Aya finally hits a German suplex, and that finally ends with a German suplex hold. So yeah, this became such hot fire at the end. I went 3 3/4 on it. I thought this was really good.
I went 3.5, but I have to say that bridge on the German was fucking sick. Like she looked like she was in a good way, like she looked like she was in a car accident. Like her head was basically in her ankles. She bridged.
Yeah. Afterward, Aya basically told her, go fight. She's like, there's a lot of great young wrestlers in Stardom, so you should go fight some of them, and it'll make you better. And then if you go fight and beat some of the other rookies in Stardom, maybe you can challenge the title again. And Yuna was like, okay. So there you go. I guess we're going to see you.
Watch your act.
Sorry?
I was just saying, if Shiori was still there, watch her get programmed against Shiori and just death.
Yeah, I thought they're setting up to face like your Yuriahime, what's the other one?
Kira Kuragane.
Kira Kuragane. But I'm thinking of even the newer ones like Emma.
Emma. I can't remember her last.
The one who was a fangirl. Kikyo Furusawa, the one who was like rumored to be a fangirl before she became a wrestler.
Well, she was in Glee for a while, right? She was
Kikyo now. I think you're thinking of somebody else.
Oh yeah.
You're thinking of the.
Well, names are similar.
You're thinking of the one with the one in the pink in God's Eye always has the smile on her face. I can't think of her name now either. But she was in Great for a while, yeah. Her name is.
There are a lot of new girls. Their names are
Kyoko Kotatsu. That's her.
And a lot of them have K's.
Yeah, a lot of them have K's. So yeah, Kikyo Furusawa is the one who wears the what's it called? The Gothic Lolita outfit.
Yeah.
And she loves the leg lock. She's really good for like a month in or whatever. So, but yeah, so I guess Yuna's gonna go face that kind of wrestler probably. Then we had what I thought was the best match of the show, and people probably get tired of me ragging on Cage Match. How the fuck this match only has a 6.9, implying it's like a 3.5 star match? I have no idea because this match was like
it's lower now. It's 6.8.
The fucking greatest tag team sprint I've seen in so long. So this was Aja Kong and Bainey defeating Momo Banana, Miyu Momono, and Yurika Oka.
Sorry, it's Bob Momo Banana.
Bob Momo Banana, yes. I think the people would have known who I meant, even if I didn't say the Bob.
Oh no, I just wanted to say it out loud.
Bob, Mole Banana. But yes, this fucking match. So Mio and Eureka were basically taunting Vaney and Kong a lot early on. Not a great play on their part, probably, because Vaney and Kong are much bigger than they are, and they were basically looking to kill them. And they did at one point, like Kong brings in the metal trash can, tries to hit Mio with it, but the peach hat blocked it, which I was like, I don't understand the physics of this, but it's awesome. And the girls were like, I don't even know how to describe all the action of this match. They were just bouncing off each other, flying all over the ring. Just every single second of this was so fucking great. This was like the craziest sub 10-minute tag fight you ever see. Like literally all action. I went 4 1/4. I thought this was awesome. I think the inmates were out to lunch on this one. This match was so fucking great.
I did the same. And I just like, even from the beginning, like the first thing Benny and Aja do are just throw them outside and start hitting them with chairs.
Like this was such a great, like classic Joshi bully match where the two big bullies just beating up the two little girls, the two little, two small wrestlers. I shouldn't say little girls.
And Benny is fucking violent.
Vaney is very violent. That is very true. She does this weird, like, sexiness about her. Like, she's trying to be sexy, and then all of a sudden she tries to kill people. It's very, very weird dichotomy. But,
it's kind of confusing. It's like... All right.
This, up next, is the only match where the inmates were actually a lot higher than I was. So this was the hardcore match where Hazuki defeated Dash Chizako in 17-19. I don't know. It's like, I don't really care that much about hardcore matches, and I haven't in a long time. Like, I just kind of, if I'm going to watch a match with weapons, I'd rather just watch a death match. I just don't really care about hardcore matches.
I did appreciate Hazuki coming out in street fighting clothes.
Yeah, that was cool. But it was a lot of walking around, dragging each other by the hair. I don't know. Like the splash off the top of the Korakuen stairway was cool. It's not like I hated this. I went 3 1/4. But it just never grabbed me, and I don't know. It's not my kind of match. If you love hardcore matches,
it went too long.
Yeah, it also probably went too long.
It was 17-19. It was the second one thing on the show.
Yeah. What did you give it?
I went 3 1/4. I was like, I like Dash a lot. I think Dash is my favorite wrestler who doesn't have great matches. He has very good matches.
Yeah.
And then they set up Dash and Aja against Suzuki and Risa Serra for the big
so that's the only match they set up for the big Sendai Zebio Arena show next month, which I thought we'd get all the directions coming out of this, but all we got was Hazuki and Risa Serra against Dash and Aja Kong in a hardcore tag. Which it was so funny when Hazuki said she wants to do a hardcore tag, but her partner will not be Koguma. And Koguma was on the outside, like accompanying her, and she kept pretending to cry. And the crowd was like, ah. Like, why'd you have to hurt the poor bear's feelings? But it was very funny. The main event, which was a very good match, but with a result that infuriated me personally. Team 200 kilograms.
You took it personally, didn't you?
Chihiro Hashimoto and Yu defeated Red Energy, Mika Iwata and Miyuki Takase in 21-39. I mean, I sort of thought this was going to happen.
I was torn.
They've had these belts a while, since February. They've only made 2 defenses, though. I was actually at the match where they won them, where they beat Momo Banana and Shinjuku Face. Oh, no, I wasn't. That was February 9th. What the hell am I thinking of then?
Were you at one of the defenses?
No, I don't even think I was at, because they don't have a defense listed here. I gotta look at the Sendai Girls show is at now.
Well, they wrestled together a lot.
Yeah, I definitely remember them wrestling together. So let me figure out what
they wrestled together on like every show.
Okay, so I'm pulling up my show I was at, which was April 3rd in Tokyo. Okay, there was a 6-person tag, not a tag match. There you go. I don't know why I thought for a second I saw a tag title match. There was Mika Iwata, Miyuki Takase, and Yura Suzuki against Dash Chizako, Ryu Mizunami, and Vaney, which I remember loving that match. So, but yeah, it was not a tag title match. It's a 6-woman tag. So, apologize for misspeaking there. But yeah, I don't know. I kind of thought they were going to do the title change just because Yu is retiring at the end of the year. I thought they want to give her the title one last time. I don't like Yu, and I don't really especially don't like the goofy fucking log roll spot, or what the fuck it's called.
I like the log roll spot.
I think he's so fucking.
Well, I don't like it in serious matches. Like in this match, it annoyed me. Like if it's just going to be in a 6-woman second match out of 6, it's like whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Actually, I have this down as their 5th attempt at defense. Are they missing matches, or did I write down the wrong thing? I don't know.
I had it as V3.
V3, okay. So maybe I just wrote down the wrong thing. But yeah, I mean, this, I am a Mika Iwata fan. I mean, she's one of my favorite wrestlers, especially she's my favorite wrestler in Sendai Girls for sure. And I think, I went when I had I did not want to pay for 2 autographs, and when I had the opportunity to pay for an autograph, I picked Mika over Chihiro. I mean, Mika is my favorite, and I'm just being a Mika Iwata fan is suffering because she loses all the fucking time. But she channeled her rage over her last 3,000 jobs to kick some serious ass in this match, as she often does. And Red Energy was like, striking Yu for a while. Yu was not really selling it that much. That part of it I didn't love. And, again, I've never been a big Yu fan. But once Chihiro got in, it got quite a bit better. The entire closing run with Chihiro was really good stuff. And yes, Chihiro pinned Iwata again because, yes, it's LOL, Iwata loses again. So, fuck off, Mako Satomura. That's all I have to say about that. But very good match, though, from the entire, especially the entire closing sequence when Chihiro was in there. So I ended up going 3 3/4.
I went 4.
Yeah, so about the same.
I wasn't as angry. I appreciated the giant onigiri when they celebrated.
That was a good touch. The show ended.
They were seriously the size of cantaloupe.
They were really big. They were really big onigiri. The show ended with a big Sendai Girls roster party, and we still have no idea who the world title challenger is for Zebu Arena Sendai, which is kind of weird. So I guess we'll find out.
The one thing I was thinking why they might not put the belt on her is because they have a big show and they can't, and their tag titles are big. Yeah.
Yeah, I was a little surprised for that reason. But
okay, are we boarding the arc next?
Yeah. So overall, though, Sendai Girls, very good show. I thought very good show. Definitely one. And if anyone out there still doesn't know this somehow, it's available on Wrestle Universe. So there you go. Now we're gonna.
Wrestle Universe needs his freedom.
Yeah. But now we can board the arc for Pro Wrestling Noah. We have 2 nights of Noah. The first night was both at Korakuen Hall. The second show was actually 11:30 a.m. show, but yeah. July.
I watched the second one live.
Yeah, I didn't see the second one live because I was coming home to New Jersey from my dad's, so yeah, it was a little too early. I had to meet up with Nicole in Manhattan, and by the time we got home, it was I turned on the very end of the main event because I didn't want to have to avoid spoilers all night, and then I watched the G1 show live, the G1 Night 2 show. So
I watched most of them live.
The Noah 25th Anniversary New Departure Night 1, July 19th from Korakuen, in front of 1,596, so another absolutely packed Korakuen, both the crowds. The next day they did 1,592, so both shows drew packed crowds at Korakuen Hall. The show opened with the first night with Naomichi Marufuji and Daiki Odashima defeating Junta Miyawaki and Kenta in 12:51. So Marufuji, he gives Kenta a clean break right at the start, and then Kenta goes to back Marufuji in the ropes and just wouldn't give him one back. He just slapped him right in the face instead. Thought it was funny. The crowd really booed him for that too, which they don't normally boo Kenta these days, but they did not like him slapping Marufuji. This was a fun match. A super hot opener between the Maru Kenta nostalgia and the 2 young guys going at it. And Daiki gets this huge upset pin on Miyawaki with his little rolling cradle thing. So,
They called it, hold on, it's a stupid name I like. Rolling Elliptic Hell #1.
Oh, yeah, because he's trained by Tomo and Honda. So that's why it's called that. It's its old finisher. Or his old flash pin finisher. So there you go. So yeah, 3.5 stars for this. Good match.
And I went 3 1/4. But Well, that's slightly, dude. It's a quarter star.
Oh, three. I thought you said 3. I'm sorry.
No, it's 3 1/4. I'm like, I subscribe to the Dave Meltzer thing where we're in a quarter star. We're in a complete agreement. I think it was cool that Kenta Marufuji opened the 25th anniversary show, even though they were just ring attendants on the first show.
And they closed night 2 too. I mean, not a match, but they closed the end of night 2.
Yeah, Marufuji didn't have his first Noah match until like the third show. I'm just looking at like
when did Kenta debut? It was like later in 2000, right?
Yeah, I just don't have that right in front
of me. Let me see. When did Kenta debut? Because I don't think it was.
I mean, he was in.
He was in the All Japan Dojo, yeah.
Yeah.
Misawa was. Oh, okay. Kenta was on the second show, so he was actually on the earlier show than Marufuji. So there you go.
Okay. Yeah, I see that now. He opened the second show, the second night of departure.
Yeah.
No, I remember reading that Misawa thought that Kenta would be a better Kawada protege. But the idea of having Kenta Kobashi and Kenta Kobayashi together was so funny to him.
That is funny. The second match was Alpha Wolf, Dragon Bane, and Super Crazy defeating
Los Golpeadores.
Defeating World Cruz, Shuhei Taniguchi, and Hajime Ohara in 9:36. World Cruz, it's true what everybody says about him. He really does move super fast for his size. I mean, he can get going really fast.
Kind of like a Bam Bam Bigelow.
Yeah, he's really big. I think he's even heavier than Bam Bam.
Yeah, he's like closer to Vader's size.
And he really moves fast for his size. Dragon Bane pinned Ohara with a shooting star press. They early part with Shuhei Taniguchi and Super Crazy was a little rough, but they kept him out the rest of the match after that. So, pretty good match, 3 1/4.
Yeah, I went the same. Super Crazy debuted in 1988.
Wow, I was 2 years old.
I wasn't. I was like 4 months old when he debuted.
Yeah.
And I still don't think Alpha Wolf is a fucking Jew.
Yeah, I know he looks way too big.
He's billed at exactly 100 kilograms.
Yeah, I think they're lying about that one. 8-man tag team action was next. The Passionate Rattels team of Daiki Inaba, Manabu Soya, Saxon Huxley, and Yuto Kikuchi defeating Amakusa, Black Menzo Ray, Eita, and Oka Sasaki in 9:45. I love that Black Menzo Ray nearly got pinned right off the bat. Like, everybody had to, like, rush in to save him, and then Oka literally grabs his dead body, pulls him back to the corner so he can tag himself in. That was really fucking funny.
I really appreciate, like, everyone has their favorite indie sleeves gimmick, and Black Menzo is mine, even though he's not really into sleazy indies. I just like the guy.
He's funny for a jobber. Oh, I'm yawning now. Sorry about that. Menzo kicked out of a lariat from Soya, which was cool. I mean, it was cool just seeing him survive a lariat like that. But then a second one did put him away. So another match that I think was a little more fun than you probably expect. I went like 3 1/4 on this one.
I just went 3. I didn't like this much either.
The next match was Daga and Takashi Sugera defeating Tetsuya Endo and Atsushi Kotoge in 9:12. This was kind of just, gentleman's 3-level stuff. I am always amazed at like how Daga managed to go from like one of the worst wrestlers in the world to like a totally average wrestler. I mean, that's a pretty big jump.
Well, he was never a bad luchador. I think he couldn't figure out how to.
Well, he was really bad in Japan, I guess. Yeah, I never.
Yeah, he was a horrible Western Japanese style wrestler.
Yeah.
He wasn't a bad luchador when he was in AAA.
Yeah, so I guess he adjusted eventually.
Tessa Blanchard's ex-husband.
There you go. But yeah, I thought this match in general was just kind of there. Daga ended up pinning Kotoge. Gentleman's 3 stuff here.
I went 3, yeah.
Go Shiozaki, who's been out injured since mid-January, then came out. He announced he'll be coming back next month. And he also teased he'll be entering the N1. Apparently on social media, he challenged Kaito. So I guess that match is happening as his return match. I don't know if that's confirmed yet, but.
He's also going to be on, I think his first match back is on Yone's 25th anniversary show, 30th anniversary show. No, 30th anniversary show.
Yeah, I have that down the night 2 notes because it's already announced it, but we'll get to that. 8-man tag team match, Team 2000X, Jack Morris, Owada-san, Tadasuke, and the returning Null, which I was bad at Cage Match for spoiling that for me, who that X was, because I only clicked on the card, obviously, and then
You
the card
spoiled it for me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
On Twitter.
But
it's fine.
I was like,
I knew there was a big return though, and I was like, did they bring Almost back? Did Jake Lee somehow defect? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was like, Null's fine, but I wouldn't call him.
I liked him. Yeah.
But I saw Gigantic's return.
Yeah.
And I was like, you wouldn't think
probably.
Yeah.
But yeah, I liked him. I liked him during his first tour. I thought he showed promise for a guy who's not very experienced. I mean, he doesn't even have a cage match profile. So I really have no idea how much experience.
And he's not a luchador who doesn't have a cage match profile.
Yeah. But, I thought he was...
sorry, I just want to go off on a tangent. There are luchadors with 100 televised matches this year in front of 15,000 people that still don't have a cage match.
I guess the lucha contributors got to step up. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, Null, he's good for what he is, I guess. I was happy to see him back. And they defeated All Rebellion here, which was Kaito, Harutoki, Galliano, and Alejandro in 11:59. Galeno, thank you. Null ended up chokeslamming Alejandro for the pin after coming in like a house of fire. So kind of fun at some points, also a little messy at some points. So I ended up going just 3 stars on it.
I went a little high. I went 3 1/4 because I love Galeno Del Mal, who is the brother of El Hijo del Dr. Wagner Jr.
Yeah.
The nephew of Silver King and son of Wagner.
Then the semi-main event, Yohei defeating Hayata to retain the GHC Junior Heavyweight title in 14:55. That was the fourth successful defense already. Wow. But yeah, this was he's gotten in 4 defenses already since May 3rd. That's kind of crazy, actually. But yeah, this was a very good match. I mean, look, Hayata is not normally one of my favorites, but they had a good match here. I mean, the crowd, weirdly, I thought the crowd was not that into it early, and it was the first thing all night they weren't that into, which is strange because they were so behind Yohei when he won the title at Sumo Hall. But I don't know, it was just they're kind of bored of his champion or something. But they did get into it later, so the crowd started getting into it just before the 10-minute mark. And there was this crazy sequence ending with a Canadian Destroyer from Yohei that looked really good. He ended up getting the pin with his Dragonfly at the end of the closing stretch. So I thought the closing stretch was so unreal, and the match wasn't that long or anything either. So I was kind of able to forgive the early part. So yeah, I went 14. I went 3 3/4 on this match. I thought it was very good.
I went 3 1/2, but I just kind of get furious when I see Hayata. But I get super excited when he doesn't win.
So. After the match, so Hiromu Takahashi, his old theme music.
No, they get divorced before.
Sorry?
Yohei and Hayata got divorced, and then Hiromu came out.
Oh, I totally forgot about that. What happened? What'd you put down for that? I didn't take any notes on that.
Oh, Yohei, what's it called? Wants to continue wrestling as partners and fighting together as partners like an old married couple. And then Hayata goes, "We're divorced now." And then they shake hands.
I see. So I guess no more for that team. But yeah, so then...
And then Hiromu comes out offering himself as a lover.
Yeah, so his old theme song started playing, complete with the old Time Bomb About to Explode countdown, which I thought was cool. Yeah. But yeah, he comes out. He does introduce himself as New Japan's Hiromu Takahashi. So if anyone's worried this is a jump, for now it's not, at least. And
he's wearing green shorts too.
He was wearing green shorts. He challenged Yohei for the show tomorrow at Korakuen, which ended up being a tag match, not yet a title match. But as we'll get into, the title match is certainly coming after what happened. The main event, Kano defeats Ozawa by referee's decision in 22-11 to win the GHC heavyweight title. Ozawa ended up failing in his 7th defense.
7th.
Yeah, Yep, self-defense. I think it was kind of time, especially in a promotion that doesn't have as many top-level heavyweights as Noah does. It was probably time to get the belt off Ozawa. And, I saw some people complaining about the way they decided to do it, but, to get it from Ozawa to Kenta. But because obviously Kenta beats him the next night, as we're going to get into. But, I like this plan because basically now Ozawa's still never beaten Kano.
And Kano also has a reasonable out because he got his ass kicked for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And then 14 hours later had to wrestle a fresh guy.
Yeah. And on top of that, now Kenta's still never beaten Ozawa. So you can build up to both those rematches, especially entering the N1. So, I think it was actually pretty smart booking by the Sawa Ron guy here.
And also, when was the last time in Puro you had a day-long title reign?
Yeah, it was cool. It was cool for a change of pace. I liked it.
There's like a Terry Gordy reign in All Japan that's 2 days. That's the only way I can think
of. Kano actually got booed by some of the Team 2000 X fans here when he drop kicked Ozawa right in the gut during his breakdance. So that was fun. It was a really cool looking spot too. Then he did his own version of breakdancing, which best of luck, Kano. Don't quit your day job. Ozawa though drop kicked him right in the face at the end of that breakdancing and then started doing his own again. So that was pretty funny. Maybe a little too goofy for people in a GHC title match, but I thought it worked for these two. There was some very fast-paced action.
Well, Ozawa's whole heat is that he doesn't take the GHC tradition seriously, the serious Noah tradition. So him being a little goofy is fine, because that's why he worked as a heel, and that's why he got over as a babyface. Is that he's just sort of like a wacky zoomer.
No, it makes sense. Then, so they did some really fast-paced action and reversal sequences in between some of the more stick-heavy stuff and the interference. So that was good. And then Kano, he blocked the Phoenix Splash attempt by pushing Ozawa right onto the post, crotch first. And then he hit an Avalanche Dragon Suplex. That looked pretty sick. That got a 2 count. Then he hit his double stomp off the top, but the ref got pulled out. The entire Team 2000X stable hits the ring at that point. And they also outnumbered Kenta and Oka when they tried to make the save. But Jack Morris accidentally clotheslined Ozawa when Ozawa was holding Kano. So I don't know if they were teasing some dissension there or what. But he was still able to come back with a low blow on Kano, though. And the ref was still down at that point. The ref was down quite a long time. Ozawa then repeatedly mocked Kano's fist pose. I thought that was funny. He was punch in the air over and over again. Then he hit him with his own top rope double stomp. But by the time the ref finally came back, it only got a 2 count. Ozawa then hit the Big Ben sit-out wrist clutch powerbomb thing he does. That got another 2 count. Went for the Phoenix Splash, but Kano rolled out of the way. Ozawa then he came back with a spinning heel kick and then a Pele kick, which Kano has done quite a few times. That gets a 2 count. But then not long after that, Kano hit him with a high kick pretty much out of nowhere. And Ozawa was
super
out cold.
Kick.
Yeah, and that was it. Kano wins. I thought that finish was whoa, very shocking finish.
I thought that was a great finish.
Yeah, I didn't dislike it, just very shocked. It shocked me big time. I guess it was a way to protect Ozawa and let him complain about the referee decision the next night. But yeah, this was the rare match lately where me and the inmates are on the exact same page. They have an 8.06. I went 4 stars flat. So
I went 4 1/4. I liked it a little more.
Yeah. But very good Korakuen overall, I would say. Undercard was all enjoyable, and top 2 matches were very good. So fun show. The second show was the July 20th show. So from earlier today on Sunday, July 20th, again, did a big crowd of 1,592.
22 and a half hours ago. In real time.
Yeah. And it opened up with Kenta Kobashi congratulating Noah on the 25th anniversary. Then they brought out Kano and Kenta ahead of their title match later in the night. It was a cool little touch there. The actual opening match was Mohamed Yone and Super Crazy defeating Oka Sasaki and Junta Miyawaki in just 5:24. There was some very hard striking between Yone and Oka. That was the big highlight. Yone didn't pin Junta with the Muscle Buster. I went 3 stars for this. I thought it was a good little opener. So
I went 2 3/4. I always forget that Yone is a battle arts guy.
Yeah, he suddenly starts hitting people really hard. You're like, oh yeah, he was a real shooter in his day.
He was actually trained in Fujiwara Gumi. I guess that closed down.
Yeah.
Before it did, like 3 months.
Speaking of Battle Arts, after the match, Yone announced the main event of his upcoming August 25th Korakuen Anniversary show, which is indeed Yone Marufuji and Yone's ex-partner from early Noah and also Battle Arts, Daisuke Ikeda. And they're taking on Go Shiozaki, Shuji Ishikawa, and Atsushi Kotoge. So, there you go. Then we had the 6-man tag team match. The Passionate Rotels, Daiki Inaba, Manabu Soya, and Saxon Huxley defeated Will Cruz, Kazuyuki Fujita, and Daiki Otoshima in 6:42. Those Genki drinks really must taste awful, judging by some of the faces some of the wrestlers make. Like, Will no-sold it, but Daiki could not. Daiki was like you could see his face. He was like cringing so hard.
It's like energy drinks that are popular as a hangover here.
Yeah. Fujita yelling Joe Netsu was pretty funny. That was like the highlight of the match for me.
What's that mean?
That means passion.
Okay.
So that's why the Passion Hotels always yell Joe Netsu. And Fujita was yelling it right back. So
I also appreciate that they the last time that that Fujita gave Soya the energy drink.
Oh yeah.
He had announced earlier that week that his wife was pregnant, and he was like, "I'm going to do it again" when he gave her the energy drink. That's why the announcers are all fucked up when he got it.
The crowd went like, okay, so Daiki Otoshima, not Daiki Inaba, he got a Rana Cradle on Huxley.
One of them is over.
Yeah. The referee like dropped down so hard that the fans thought that was the 1 count. So they went crazy for the 2, thinking that was the pin. And Saxon Huxley had to kick out so quick after 2 because he didn't want to actually get pinned by Daiki Otoshima. And he thought the ref had fucked up. But actually, the ref had just it was really the crowd who fucked up because the ref did not count 1. Did not count early. He just kind of dropped so hard that some of the crowd seemed to think that was the 1. It's like they counted wrong and they counted 3 when it was actually 2. So, thought that was kind of funny. But yeah, Saxon ended up pinning Daiki Otoshima with the neck hanging bomb, whatever, the choke bomb. 3 stars again. The crowd was red hot, which always helps, but not a lot to it.
2 3/4 again. Apparently that choke bomb was not necessarily Saxon, but in general, that choke bomb is like the worst move to take.
I believe it because you fall from such a high
and also, you can't control your own fall, so it's just I've heard a lot of wrestlers say that's like the tree slam, whatever Robert reports, the worst move.
Yeah, because a choke slam, the guy can kind of guide you down. So, then we had Naomichi Marufuji, Eita, and Shuji Kondo defeating Alpha Wolf, Dragon Bane, and Tetsuya Endo in 8:45. Eita ends up pinning Dragon Bane with a super kick here, which should set up a junior tag challenge for him and Shuji Kondo. But yeah, fun match here, pretty much all action. I went 3 1/4 on this one.
I did too, but I just want to point out that 2 of the 4 people in that match are not fucking juniors. I refuse to believe Shuji Kondo's less than 220 pounds.
Well, they're gonna push him for the
He's gigantic.
He is really big.
And Tetsuya Endo's a heavy, and he's 180 pounds.
It's really more of a vibe, I guess.
It's a vibe, yes.
Team 2000X, which was Tadasuke, Jack Morris, Awada-san, Daga, and Null, defeated All Rebellion, Kaito Kiyomiya, Kai Fujimura, Harutoki, Alejandro, and Galliano. Is that how I say it?
Galeno.
Galeno, okay.
It means physician or doctor.
13:29. This was a 10-man elimination match. So it had those Japanese elimination rules where it could be pin or over the top. I thought this was pretty good. It was just a little rushed for elimination match. I mean, again, it's 10-man elimination match. Only went 13 and a half minutes. The elimination.
Yeah, Kai gets eliminated 2 minutes in, basically.
Yeah, and the elimination.
I think 2 eliminations happened within the first 5 minutes.
So the first one was Awada-san low-blowing Kai and backsliding him for the pin. Then Kaito pinned Tadasuke with the Shining Lancer. Null press slammed Alejandro all the way to the floor. That looked pretty cool. He then choke slammed Harutoki and pinned him. So that gave Team 2000X a 4-on-2 advantage at that point. Kaito rolled through a crossbody from Daga and pinned him. That made it 3-on-2. And then Galeno pinned Jack with the Michinoku driver. So left as a 2-on-2. Null, though, immediately hit him with a running knee as soon as he turned around. But then Galeno came back with a choke slam, or escaped the choke slam, I should say, and he clotheslined Null over the top rope. They did the cactus clothesline. They both went out together in the process. Now that's actually not a bad idea on his part, and if this was if this was real, because that leaves you with Kaito versus Iwata-san. So in theory, Kaito should be able to.
It's like your theoretical best player against their theoretical worst player.
Yeah, so it was a good idea.
Second worst, I'd try over Tadasuke.
You sacrifice yourself to take out the giant and give your team.
And from a booking standpoint, it gives Galeno a cool opponent for his title because he's a giant and Null's a giant.
Yeah, so there'll probably be a national title match.
It's only like 22, 23.
So then Kaito and Iwata-san face off. Iwata-san tries to do all these strikes, and Kaito totally no-sells him. That was pretty funny. He just destroys him in the corner. But then Iwata-san tosses the ref into Kaito, and then Tadasuke hits Kaito with a chair from the outside. And then Ozawa, who we haven't seen since he got knocked out last night, runs out from the back out of nowhere to a huge ovation. He missile drop kicks Kaito, hits him with the Big Ben powerbomb with the Phoenix Splash, and then Iwata-san just picks up Kaito and throws him over the top rope in hilariously casual fashion. That was really funny. And that gave Team 2000X the win. Pretty fun match, even if the eliminations, like I said, were a little too rapid fire for my taste. So I went 3 1/4.
I went 3.5. I like
Afterward, sorry, go ahead.
No, sorry.
So afterward, Ozawa complained about losing his title on the, quote, worst referee call of all time. And then Iwata announced he's going to go on an excursion because he's, quote, too strong for Japan. That was really fucking funny. So he's going overseas to find stronger opponents. And then Ozawa is talking in really polite language. And he asks Iwata-san if he'll teach him about pro wrestling before he goes overseas, which is such a classic, junior, a kohai line to a senpai in Japanese wrestling. So it sounds like that will be a send-off match for Iwata-san before he leaves the country. So that will happen next month at Korakuen Hall. So I assume. I don't know if that's been announced yet, but so there you go. Funny little segment at the end. Again, Ozawa mocking Noah, mocking pro wrestling. So the semi-main was Hiromu Takahashi and Amakusa defeating Yohei and Yuto Kikuchi in 10:56. Hiromu pinned Yohei with the time bomb. Another fun tag match. It never quite got to the next level for me. The dives at the end were probably the highlight, but yeah, I went 3 1/4 on this.
I went 3 1/4 too. I think the junior match is probably happening at the Kanagawa show. I'm assuming because that's usually gets a big match. The Coach Kawasaki building, which I believe is I have to know schedule right here. It's August 11th.
There you go. The main event, GHC heavyweight title. Oh no, I agree with the inmates twice in a row. And something must be wrong with me. Kenta defeated Kano in 28:04.
Believe in a broken clock is right twice a day.
I guess so. Because they have this at 8.89, so basically the same as me. I went 4.5 on this. This match was so fucking awesome. I mean, they traded these super hard strikes pretty much right from the get-go. They were going a really, really fast pace. It did slow down a little bit in the middle from the really torrid opening pace, but it was still quite physical in spots. I mean, they still were doing some physical shots.
Well, you can't beat the shit out of each other for a half hour straight. Even
the
boxers can't do that. There's rest between rounds.
Yeah. We got the go to sleep from Kenta, but Kano kicked out. Kenta then in turn kicked out of the top rope foot stomp. He hit the Bushiyaku knee kick on Kano, but Kano kicked out of that as well. Then we got this crazy slap exchange that Kenta seemed to win. And then he put Kano away with another go to sleep right after for the clean pin. The only thing, like I said, the sleepy little middle portion is the only thing that keeps this from being a true match of the year contender for me. It's definitely the Noah match of the year up to this point. It's the best match I've seen in Noah so far.
Yeah.
Just like really old school, like hard hitting Puro stuff that I really enjoyed. It definitely feels like the real Kenta is back, and as he definitely was dogging it for a lot of his New Japan run. So, but yeah, this was an awesome main event. I was a little surprised. I kind of thought they were going to do a Kenta heel turn here and have him replace Ozawa as the Team 2000X leader, but maybe that will still be the long term direction, and that will happen during like in the fall.
I also feel like ending the 25th anniversary show with like your.
That's a good point. That's a good point. That would have been a downer. But instead, they did like the Kobashi coming out and presenting with the GHC title, and everybody was happy. And then Marufuji challenged him to a title match, which people really liked too. So yeah, it was a happy ending for the 25th anniversary, and then we'll see what Kenta versus we'll see maybe a Kenta versus Ozawa match in like October or something. Team 2000X turns on Ozawa and sides with Kenta. I could definitely see it. So
yeah,
because obviously
the entirety of September is the N1, or maybe they do it like the N1 finals or something.
Yeah. But I do think it's still the long-term direction because Ozawa obviously has to turn face at some point. So he's just too.
Yeah, Ozawa just has to turn face because you can't have the most popular guy in your company be the guy who's trying to destroy your company.
Yeah, it's just a little too weird.
I mean, that's what happened with the NWO and WCW. Why WCW got fucked.
Yeah,
you can't have like your company. Yeah, like we were saying it you can't make your company the heel. Yeah. The dorky heel.
But yeah, overall another good. I like night one better, but obviously night two had the most outstanding match of the weekend
Yeah, I would say night one was the easier watch, but night two had one of the best matches of the weekend. So they're both worth your time if you feel like if you feel like skipping around the dead air. You're a Noah fan.
Yeah. So
even if you're just a general Japanese wrestling fan, watch the main events.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so we did this a little shorter than some of my recent episodes, so I'm proud of it.
It was 3 hours, dude.
Well, I went like 4 hours in a lot of recent episodes, so we did a good. It's because we didn't like kill 40 minutes bullshitting at the start like I have in some of the recent episodes.
No, we only spent 15 minutes bullshitting.
Yeah. All right. Anything you want to plug as we wrap this baby up?
No, you can follow me on Twitter at More Than Me Joy.
All righty. You can follow us on Twitter at Russell Omakase. Wrestling, of course, would not fit. Also, you can follow me on Blue Sky at Just One MB.
I have to get Blue Sky. I have an account, but I haven't really done anything with it.
Yeah, I just kind of post the same stuff to both sites most of the time, so I'm just kind of waiting for more people I like to go to Blue Sky. There's just too many people I like on Twitter still. But,
yeah, same. And also Twitter is just a fun train wreck sometimes.
Yeah, it can be funny. So next week, our Mutha will be joining me again. We're going to be talking the Stardom July 21st Sapporo show and July 24th Korakuen, the Tokyo Joshi Big Show from Oda Ward, also July 21st, the All Japan July 21st Osaka show, the New Japan next week, the next following New Japan shows, and we're going to preview the Stardom 5-Star Grand Prix and the Marigold Dream Star Grand Prix. So
I like how this show went from 2 or 3 shows to 5 or 6 minimum.
Yeah, it's a lot of shows. It's a lot of wrestling. We cover. Look, it's like who else is covering the number of promotions we're covering? It's like us and Eastern Lariat. Like that's pretty much it. Because I can't think of unless it's like some Puro podcast covering like 10 promotions out there that I'm aware of. That I'm not aware of, I should say. But I don't know. It's like. Yeah. I think there might be another one I'm not thinking of. But yeah, I don't know. I don't watch anything with Japanese wrestling at this point, really. So I
watch CMLL every week.
Yeah, I just wanted to give it's a Puro-centric. It's like a Puro-centric but we cover all the major promotions. It's like my goal.
Like Joel called me because he needed someone to do a Fantastica Mania preview because he needed someone who actually knew about Lucha. I'm one of the few people in the Puro fandom to do.
Yeah, I don't watch CMLL at all, so I don't really know anything. But all right, folks. Thank you as always for listening. Like I said, I kept it to around 3 hours and 10 minutes this week. What did you do? We'll see you next week, and until then, see you next time. Awkward ending.
Hello, everyone. My name is Taylor.
And I'm Kelly.
And we are the co-hosts of Jumping Bomb Audio, the #1 show all about the world of Joshi Pro Wrestling. Every other Monday, we're coming at you with news, show reviews, and previews of upcoming Joshi action.
So whether you're just getting into the scene or you've seen it all, this is the show for you.
Check us out on the Voices of Wrestling podcast network and wherever you get your audio.
Hi, I'm Case Lowe, co-host of the Open the Voice Gate podcast. The one question I'm constantly asked when it comes to Dragon Gate is, how do I get into the promotion? Well, stop asking and start listening to the Open the Voice Gate podcast, released every Wednesday on the Voices of Wrestling podcasting network. For exclusive news and show reviews, look no further than the leader in Dragon Gate coverage, Open the Voice Gate.
At Arizona State University, we're bringing world-class education from our globally acclaimed faculty to you. Earn your degree from the nation's most innovative university. Online. That's a degree better. Learn more at asuonline.asu.edu.